Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick channel. Unfortunately, we are not Summer Games Done Quick. This is the Games Done Quick hotfix. This is our daily content that we have throughout the year. We've got plenty of shows going every day for you. Today is not going to be our normal shows because a lot of people are still traveling because of Summer Games Done Quick. So we are going to be doing a special. We do these things every so often when our normal shows can't run. Tonight we are going to be showcasing some Mario games for you. Before we get into it, just a few reminders or some new things if you're new to the channel. You can join the official Games Done Quick Discord, and you can add the hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with our staff and showrunners, and more. You can use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information. Also, we will be replaying all of our SGDQ runs after our live shows this week, so if you want to watch something after our shows tonight, you can hang around and watch some of that. And we have our next speedrunning event. It's our GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event. Flame Fatales is returning August 18th through 25th. The volunteer applications for that are open now until July 10th. You can use !FF in Twitch chat to check out the schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. With all of that said, we have our first game tonight, Princess Peach Showtime. I will hand it over to our runner commentary. Let everybody introduce themselves.
Hi, I am MenaceMandz, typically just go by Mandz, and tonight we are going to be running Princess Peach Showtime. This is going to be the any % category with no death abuse, and I am joined here today by a fellow Fatale, City.
Hi, I'm City Light Ash, also City is fine. I've run a handful of individual levels of this game, and I've also run a % that's not officially on the board, but yeah.
And I'm also joined by my fiance, Python.
Hello, I'm Python. I have not run this game myself, but I've watched countless hours of it, so feel pretty confident in my ability to give some commentary here.
So, time is actually going to begin right after we clear through this text box with Toad, so I'll give a countdown in 3, 2, 1. So, the story behind this game, since we skipped all of the cutscenes beforehand, is that Peach is secretly a theater kid and wanted to drag all the Toads here to watch some theater performances, but oh no! The evil Madame Grape has taken over with her little sour minions, and now we have to save the day. And so we are about to get into that real quick. There are a lot of loading screens in this game, and you might see some buffering. That is the game. You do not need to check your stream. But yeah, so this is the first tutorial level. This is probably what was most recognized from the Peach trailer and all of the cover art. We are going to become the Swords Master Peach, which is very exciting. And yeah, so this is just going to be a bit of tutorial. Right now, Peach may look a little different because she doesn't have her crown. I have it though, so don't worry, I'm keeping it for safekeeping. And this is our new character, Stella, who is here to help us take down the Sours and help these little guys, which are the residents of the theater, appropriately named Feats. And we're going to use the power of Sparkle, which I guess is in the form of a ponytail. And we are going to save the day with our magical ponytail. For those of you not familiar with the game, Sparkle is the good magic, and I just want, chat to think, what do you think the opposite of Sparkle is? What do you think the evil people use that isn't Sparkle? Like, what do you think the game came up with? Because I think it's pretty funny. Python, like, if you didn't know what it was, what would you guess?
I don't know, come to think of it.
You actually don't know what the opposite of Sparkle is?
Well, darkness? Evil? Smudges?
Close, yeah. So the opposite of Sparkle is Darkle, which I think is very clever, dev team. Darkle is what we're going to be fighting against to save the day. And so, as you can see here, these are little sour minions. We're just jumping over them to get through the level. And since this is
Don't
a
actually
tutorial...
have to kill these guys.
No. All you needed to do here was just turn on the spotlights in order to progress. Most of these guys you don't actually have to kill in order to progress. This is our first Sparkle Gem. Sparkle Gems are like stars a la like Mario. You need them in order to unlock boss battles. There are 4 boss battles on each floor, plus the final boss battle, and you need a certain amount of Sparkle Gems in order to unlock them. So we're only going to try to get the minimum amount that we need, which you can get pretty easily just by playing through the level. There are some like hidden ones or ones for doing special tasks. It really reminds me of Dan Salvato's All Melons run from Yoshi's Story. It's very similar concept. And I recently did try to do an all Sparkle Gems run of this game, and it is not for the weak. It's like a 4.5. Yeah, it's like a 4.5 hour run, if I believe. I didn't even get to submit it to the board because I didn't get a chance to finish it. It's so long. Pause?
Looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, everybody. Sorry about that. We're going to take a quick break while we get everything fixed here for y'all. Be back in just a moment here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games on Quick Hotfix. Sorry about that brief technical difficulties, but we should be all set. So whenever you're ready, if you just want to give a quick 3, 2, 1, we can restart.
All right, 3, 2, 1. And this is just a little cutscene anyway, where Peach becomes the sword fighter. Gorgeous. You didn't get to see the magical girl transformation, but trust me, it happened. And I just love the design of this game. Like, as you can see, like the thorns here, like are all made out of like cardboard and stuff, because you know, theater. So I just like everything like in the background, the set designs. It's like everything is like made to put you in the universe of, you know, you're in a play. So I always found that to be really cool. So this is like the first trick that's coming up. We're gonna try and hit these two at the same time, but didn't really manage to do that. We still have another one though. We have the guy with the spear where he can dodge. So we're gonna hit, and he didn't do what I needed him to do. Which has this has not happened to me before, which...
So these enemies, they always spawn in the same pattern, and the way the sword fighter works, when you hit the dodge roll, like the kind of works as a parry, and you get a very large hit out of it. Normally, there's setups here that let you hit all 3 enemies at once. I don't know what happened there. That was very strange.
Yeah, the setup seemed to be correct, so not really sure why they didn't do what I wanted them to, but that's always how it works.
Not a huge time loss, not a big deal.
Yeah, most of the stuff in this game is set. There's not a ton of RNG. There we go. The hitbox worked there. Like, they have pretty wide hitboxes, so I was able to hit both of those.
So that's what it would have looked like before had it gone the way we expected.
Yeah. But yeah, there's only like I would say 2 or 3 levels in this entire game that has any sort of RNG element to it. I would say that's part of the reason why this run is so long. But like this whole segment, like everything here, like is the same every time. So if you just run in your straight line, you shouldn't hit anything. You should just be able to jump over everything. And just like that. That was very clean. So this is one of my favorite bosses. When I saw this for the first time, I got really excited because I am also a theater kid, just like Miss Peach here. And this just reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors. We have Audrey 2 show up here, and we gotta take them down. And we found some really cool things with this boss battle. We will be going after this first vine here, but once the second one comes up, we only need to hit the far left one, or in some cases far right, depending on where it spawns. But there's going to be 2 vines that show up, essentially, and we only need to hit one of them in order to beat the boss. Like that. And the other one just disappears. And then we just smush this.
I believe the community is still divided on whether that's RNG or not.
Yes, so in that second phase, the vines can either spawn on the right or the left, and I think right now we think it's RNG, but I feel like some people also believe that it depends on where you stand where they spawn. So if you're more on the left, it's going to spawn on the right, because if you do happen to be standing right where they spawn, you can just do like a 1 hit instead of, I think it typically takes 2 or 3 hits in order to take it down. But yeah, there is a little bit of time saved there. Not a lot, maybe like a second or 2, but not a ton. But that was our first level. Each floor has 4 rooms with a different costume, a different theme. And there's 5 floors plus a basement. The basement is a little bit different because the basement has 10 rooms, one that represents each playable costume. And that's also where we will be doing the final boss battle. So right now we're on floor 1. And this is our second theme. It's a ninja theme, which the ninja levels are the hardest in this game, specifically to speedrun, because of certain techniques that you have to do.
So Ninja's probably the most technical of Peach's costumes. There's a bit of movement tech involved. It moves the fastest, I believe. And these levels also tend to have some more skips than other levels.
Yeah, like you can jump over things where in other Peach levels you don't really have the ability to jump. One thing that's interesting is the enemies have those spotlights, and what that will do is once they spot you, they just teleport you back to a specific spot, but they don't deal any damage to you, because in this game, yes, Peach can take damage, but only in certain situations. It's very specific what type of damage she takes. It's interesting, and that's how, like, when we do a death abuse run, you have to route all that out, because I initially thought you could possibly death abuse this ninja level, but you can't, because the enemies don't deal any damage to you. The only way to take damage as ninja is fall damage.
Maybe we should talk about death abuse and what this category is.
What do you mean? Like the death abuse category?
Like the difference of the any
Yes.
percent
yeah.
and the any percent NDA.
So, with death abuse, basically you get a heart charm, which you get from one of the feats in the main floor, and that basically turns the game into easy mode, and it allows you to skip levels if you die too many times. It also gives you some bonus hearts as well, which actually makes dying a little bit
Nice
harder.
tree jump there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a total skip to skip over some enemies. Yeah, so you have to pick specific levels to skip, and you just have to kill yourself twice, like as Peach, over and over in different levels. Yeah, that's not even though that's like one of the shortest categories that we have, people don't typically like playing it because you're not really playing any of the levels. You're just waiting to die multiple times, and that's not very fun.
Yeah, despite the fact that death abuse is faster than playing the levels, it's not exactly fast. You do have to stand there, take damage, wait for your iframes, do that it's more, because you get more hearts with the heart charm. So I think it's, what do you get, like 7 HP?
Yeah. I think
And you
it's
have to do
7 or 8.
that twice before it gives you the option to skip the level. There are actually some levels that are just faster to play. It also makes your Sparkle Gem routing a lot tighter. In this route, Sparkle Gem routing is very loose. you need a certain number of sparkle gems to enter boss fights, and you tend to just get enough by playing the game normally. We don't really go out of our way for that many sparkle gems in this category. It's pretty rare that you're ever going to end up in a situation where you don't have enough. There are backups if that happens, though.
Yeah, I mean, since I've done the all sparkle gem route, like if I'm ever low on sparkle gems to enter a boss battle, I know where to find them. But yeah, this is just an auto-scroller section. We don't have... I'm not controlling anything here. She's just vibing. We don't take any damage, like I said. So we're just waiting until we get to the end of the level. And we just gotta take this guy down. And there we go. I just realized we didn't even talk about the dashing I was doing.
True.
Python, wanna explain what that dash I was doing was?
Now that we're out of the ninja level, this is the worst time to talk about it. There's a bit of movement tech with ninja. Ninja can jump, also has a forward dash, and you can do the forward dash in the air as well. It's pretty laggy. Just dashing on the ground is quite a bit slower than just running. However, the air dash has very little lag at the end of it. The only lag is the distance you fall after the dash. So if you jump and then cancel your jump with a dash, a very small distance off the ground, it's essentially lagless, and you can just continue dashing over and over. It's very difficult.
Yeah, there's a tutorial on
fast...
YouTube for it, if anyone's interested, where someone actually broke down all of the different movements that ninja can do and which one is the fastest, the slowest, like the one that's in the in the middle. Like there's, I think, like 3 or 4 different types of movement you can do. So
Ninja
that was
Peach
very
is
useful.
very cool. So cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want a whole game with just Ninja Peach.
Ninja Peach is really cool. There's a lot I wish they also added to this game, like different types of Peach. Like I think like a Wizard Peach would be really cool. City, is there like any like theme that you wish was in this game that wasn't added?
I don't know. I feel like they nailed it. Like
really,
honestly,
yeah.
like I just feel like there's like enough diversity with like all of the gameplay and like the different plays that she has. So I don't know. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I can't think of anything though, but Wizard does sound cool. That would be neat.
Would be really cool. And one thing that's also really nice that they added to this game is in the settings screen, you can actually get like 360 of the costumes to help out cosplayers, like get a full idea of what her costumes are, which I think was really, really cool. And I'm really hoping
appreciate
to see,
that.
more cosplays from this game. In City, I better see some cosplays from this game from you.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, this is Cowgirl Peach. I think a lot of people like Cowgirl Peach, because you'll see her costume is pretty cool. This is another cool thing in this level, is that you only need to light one of the lamps, and then that's it. For some reason, there's 3 lamps in there, you only need to light one in order to progress.
And specifically that one.
Yes, specifically that one. I think it's because we're headed this way. And then we give these guys some sparkle, give them energy to push these barrels out of the way, and then we get to do our magical girl transformation to become Cowgirl Peach. Now what's nice is you only have the transformation sequence in the first variation of each level, so once we get to the other levels, we won't have that, because each costume has 3 levels. So there's Cowgirl 1, Cowgirl 2, and Cowgirl 3. You'll hear us refer to levels as such, and then there's the boss battles. So there is technically time save here, where we could save a couple seconds by not saving the feats, but I prefer to get the sparkle gem, because that's always the give and take with this run in particular, is you either save time or you get a sparkle gem for a boss battle. So I always like to
that's something that's very cool about speedrunning this game, is that there's a lot of decisions you can make in your routing. So everyone can kind of have their own personal route of like which sparkle gems they go for and which ones they skip.
Yeah, I mean the time saves haven't been calculated yet since this game is so new. Yeah, I mean, the other thing with this game is that we haven't really found any useful glitches either. That's why we don't have like a glitchless or glitch category in this run, because there are no glitches that we found that would help us like progress further in the game. There are some glitches which you can see in the Discord. We have a glitch channel, but they're mainly just like Peach sometimes gets stuck in a door. They're not like helpful.
They're only things that actually hinder you, nothing that actually helps you yet.
Exactly. So this is another little auto-scroller. I can't really go any faster than I already am, but it's always nice to collect these gems.
Yeah, so these auto-scrollers are very good places to get your sparkle gems because they don't cost any time. You're in the auto-scroller anyway.
Right. You might as well pick them up. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are a huge fan of this costume in particular. I think it's just because we've never really seen Peach in an outfit like this before, because, like, in other outfits, like, they're kind of similar to, like, some Mario spin-off games. Like, we have Ice Skating Peach, which I think we've seen in, like, the Winter Olympic Games. They're just slightly different variant. But Cowgirl Peach is really unique, so that's pretty cool. I also like that the horse is made out of wood and on strings. That is so epic. Alright, I'm gonna focus
the
here.
theatrics of this game are really interesting. Very reminiscent of games like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on this fight for a second, because it's timing based. Alright, that was one.
Nice first hit. So I'm gonna keep quiet here and we'll explain after.
Yeah, like most Mario games, well, this part is pretty simple. It's a 3-hit mechanic on the bosses.
Very nice. So, while he's dashing here, the way this boss works is he'll fire some bullets at you and then he'll shoot a barrel, which you can lasso. You have to lasso the barrel and then hit him immediately before he fires another bullet. It's very tight.
Yeah, there
Very nice fight. Very nice. So normally I think you're supposed to hold on to the barrel until he's done firing, and then he kind of takes a breather, and that's when you're kind of intended to throw it, but yeah, we do it a little faster.
His gun gets, like, jammed or something, and that's when you're typically supposed to hit, but we don't have time for that. Girl gotta go fast, so...
Well, shucks. Thank you.
So that was the first Cowgirl level, and we already have 16 sparkle gems, which is pretty good. The way that it works is in each level, so like in all of the 1 variants, there are 10 sparkle gems to find. In 2 levels, there are 7, and then in the third level, there's 5. And on each floor, the boss battles keep costing more and more. So the first one on this level is going to be 10, and then it goes 15, 20, 25, and then the final boss is 30. This is a fan favorite, I think, is, how do you pronounce it? Patissiere? Like, it's...
We call it Baker.
Yeah, Baker Peach.
They tried to be all fancy with it, but we like to just call it Baker Peach. And Baker Peach is really fun, because there's not a whole lot of time save in the other levels, but in this one in particular, they cut us some slack for the speedrunners, which we'll see when we get to the cake decorating section. But for the rest of this, we're just gonna be chilling and making cookies, and we gotta wait for the cutscene here.
So this is kind of like base form of Peach that we see in all of the first levels of each costume. I believe this is just called Sparkle Peach, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And her ability is that she can cure depression.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't see this too often outside of the 1 stages and also the boss fights, where she cures depression by usually smacking things back into the bosses.
Yeah. So, yeah, and she uses her ribbon, her magical ponytail. And so, as you can see here, we got some sad chefs. No more. No sad. We're here to bake, guys. Let's do this.
I wasn't kidding. That is literally what she does.
But Peach makes everyone happy.
It's a pep talk and a ribbon.
Okay, that was good wheat. And then strawberries. I'm gonna just grab that right there. Just why not? We still gotta wait for the gate to open.
Feats are notoriously slow at opening doors.
Yeah, and they like to yap. They're the kings
Very
of yap.
yappy.
But yeah, so now we get to do our magical girl transformation. I really like the animation they put in to all of this, and I recommend you guys to play it casually because the cutscene for when she becomes each character is really well put together and it looks very pretty. This game is very visually appealing. I think this is a perfect game to play casually, and if you want to speedrun it, I'm all for it. I want people to find glitches, because while I love this run, I think we could definitely get it down from where it's at right now. I think the current world record is like 3 hours 20 something.
It could stand to be a bit shorter.
Just a little bit.
It's a bit of a marathon.
It's a long cozy speed run. Just get a snack, stay hydrated.
Yeah, gotta stay hydrated the whole time. So yeah, that was our first batch of cookies. So we have different levels of cookie baking here. So we have like the tan one, which is only going to give you 4 cookies, and the rainbow one is going to give you 8. And when you pair up with the feats, I think this gives you 12. And plus the little ribbon cookie, which will contribute to getting you more sparkle gems. As you can see, there's a bar behind me. The 3 up at the top are what you get when you bake with the feats, and the other bar is just by how many cookies you've completed. And what we want to do is just make a bunch of cookies and not bake with any more feats, because if we do, then we'll get a cutscene for an extra sparkle gem, and we don't want that. We don't even need that sparkle gem.
That's going to be a trend in this run where we kind of avoid specific sparkle gems because they'll have a little cutscene or a little slowdown effect. And there are sparkle gems we can pick up that do not do that and are much faster to grab.
And even if I don't make it here, oh my goodness, that's fine. I don't
You
even
did not want those cookies.
I didn't want my cookies. That's fine. But that's, you know, I ran this during GDQ as like a practice run, and I also didn't get those cookies. That second or third sparkle gem, and I ended the run with like 9 extra sparkle gems, so I think we're gonna be fine. The main one is the 4th floor boss battle, because you don't have a ton of time to get all of the sparkle gems you need, so you need to be careful. So we're about to go in. Oh, you go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The 4th battle is if you're going to be short on sparkle gems, that's where it's going to be. Yeah. Fortunately, the basement levels are a number of them are open by that point, which lets you go down there to get the extra gems that you need, and then cut back on some of the levels you have to do later.
Yeah. But it's just tedious going back and forth on floors. Now, this is the cake decorating portion where the developers helped the speedrunners, where you don't need to actually complete all of these cakes, which is really nice. The game is only looking for a certain amount of frosting droplets, and you only need to complete 3 out of the 5. So we are just going to plop that around.
It's very funny at the end when they show you all your cakes, and none of them look good.
No, yeah. They're like depending on us to help save the day, and we're like, I mean, I tried, but maybe not really. The best time I've seen someone complete this in is with 86 seconds left to spare, which is really impressive. I'm trying to just play it safe right now, just because HotFix. But my best time, I think, was like 82 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is here, if you don't, you want to hit the minimum amount of decorating required, but if you're even 1 dollop too short, you have to redo the entire section.
Yeah, it's very tedious. Yeah, look at our cake.
Beautiful.
Much better to be on the safe side for this one. Yeah, they look great. 10 out of 10.
They did so good, guys. They couldn't have done it without us. I know. We made such wonderful cakes. Alright, so now they're yapping. And what's funny is, at this last scene, they show, like, all of the cakes we were supposed to have made, like, assuming that we actually did it correctly, but we didn't. So
Yeah, so
I think
all these cakes look perfect. They're complete, just how you made them, right?
Oh, look how cute Baker Peach is.
Yep, that's definitely the cakes you just made. They look great.
Look at those cakes. I mean, I can take credit for the cookies, but I did not do those cakes.
Delicious.
I have seen someone do a cosplay of this and actually make, like, the giant cookies, and it's so cool. I love cosplays. Y'all are doing great work. It is so cool to see, especially for this game. Because there's so many different versions of Peach now. Alright, so the threads on the floor are going to disappear, which means we have unlocked our first boss fight, which is unfortunately my least favorite. It should be the easiest, right? It's on the first floor.
Should be.
But
No, I don't like this one either.
I always struggle with it. It's mainly the third phase of the fight. It's a timing thing.
So there is kind of a quick kill sort of in the last phase. The main issue with all bosses in this game is that if you hit them with multiple projectiles at the same time, it counts as a single hit. Yep. So you have to stagger your hits, and that can be difficult depending on how the fight works.
Yeah, so this is really cool, and something you'll see as a continuing theme is that all the bosses are based off of theater equipment. So this is, as you can see, a disco ball, and it's a bird, so it is called Disco Wing. And that big purple orb that you see, that is the Darkle. So the bird is made of Darkle. Yeah, he's screaming at me. But yeah, so once we get to the third phase of the fight, I just have to time it out, right? But yeah, this costs 10 sparkle gems to enter this room, and we had like over 20, so we're doing really good. And we'll have plenty for the next floor. So
this is everybody's favorite Super Mario Maker mechanic, upside down. Everybody knows it's really fun and intuitive.
We love upside down. Yeah, this gives me a, like, I don't know, like It vibes. You're like Stephen King It. There's like the balloons in the background. It's like spooky.
Alright, so we're on to the third hit here. So it's going to drop the disco balls a bit closer together, and there's also going to be some enemies spawning here that can kind of mess you up. So we want to ideally hit the disco balls one at a time in very quick succession without getting hit by the enemies.
Yeah, first he's going to do some showmanship here, where he's going to throw these at us. We're going to go back upside down. One thing that's really impressive, though, is someone in the community actually did all of the boss fights blindfolded, which I was really excited to see, that we could actually do blindfolded runs within this game. I did not think that would be possible, because I don't really think... I mean, I don't think you could do the whole game, because, like I said, there's some RNG levels.
Okay, so you saw Mandz did a really quick kill on those two enemies. Now we got two disco balls here. We hit both of them. Let's go.
That was really good. Yeah, you just have to, like, you have to run back, like, so quickly after, like, the first kill that you do, and the game just doesn't give you a ton of time. And Peach can't dash or anything. She just
Not to mention it's upside down.
Yeah, she just has, like, her graceful walk, which I respect, but it's not easy during a boss battle. So yeah, that was boss number 1. This is unskippable, so we just get to see the beautiful visuals of the theater coming back together. And now we've unlocked the second floor. And you can see there's a little outfit shop behind us. If you played this game casually, you can actually, like, unlock outfits for Peach to wear, but only in the overworld and in the boss battles. It only changes the pattern of her classic Peach dress. City, do you want to explain how you get outfits in this game?
Yeah, it's just with the coins, and then there's the ribbon thief, which is the only category that I've run, is called Mr. Monopoly %, where there's this one thief in the game that he's always in like a situation where you need to rescue him. And when you rescue him, he gives you a ribbon. Sometimes it's for Peach, sometimes it's for Stella, so you can customize her ribbon as well. But in both any % runs that we do, we just completely ignore him entirely. And in my opinion, he is precious and always needs to be saved. So yeah, it's a fun little category that's not official yet, where you just go into a level, you save him, and then you exit out immediately. And yeah, you just run through the whole game just saving him in every level. And that one's actually not bad. I did I call it a speed walk. I did a speed walk of that one, and it came out to like an hour 20. So yeah, it's significantly more doable than some of the longer categories.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably like the most approachable way to run this game. Even the fastest full game run, which is any % with death abuse, I believe it's just sub 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
It is 2:33 is the record for that, and then Mandz has number 2 on that board with 2:40. So that is also not a short run.
No. But the routing of that was really fun. Because I think on the leaderboard, there's at least 3 or 4 different routes on that leaderboard. So, and all of our times are pretty close. So that was really cool. I'm just gonna grab this one since we have to wait for him to yap a little bit. Alright. And then we just go through the door whenever he's done. So this level, we get to become the Dashing Thief, which is one of my favorite Peach costumes and levels to play. I think this was such a clever idea for like
this costume is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun to play. Also, like Ninja, this one is going to come with some really fun movement and a good number of skips as well.
Yeah, so I'll try to point those out when we get to them. It'll be really fast. This level goes by really quick. Just like there's only one other character, I think, that really has any viable movement for skips, which we'll get to like really late into the game. Alright, so this first one, we are going to go down to the very last part of this zip line. Then we want to make sure we jump down to the bottom here so that we can skip the lasers and then go into the hideout. And then there's going to be something here. I want to try and get in front of those boxes so that it doesn't hold me up, but I need to time my jump off of the pole just right. Yeah. If you hold on to the pole for just like a second too long, then you can't get in front of the box. Which is a shame. But here we can jump here, then we'll jump over this guy, and we're out of the room.
So even when there's no grapple points, you can still use the grapple to kind of stall your airtime a little bit. Here we're just going to damage boost through these lasers. No need to actually figure out how to turn them off.
Nope. Who needs that? Some lasers, it won't let you go through, but in that case, the lasers were nice enough to let us pass through. Others will just like have an invisible wall and just like hit you back. And
is this the room with the skip here?
Yeah.
Yes, so there is a very tough skip in this room. You get one shot at it. I'm gonna let Mandz try it.
Alright, let's see if I can do it. Yeah!
Very nice. Oh, that's so clean. That is really hard.
Yeah.
Probably one of the hardest tricks in the run.
You have to time it just right to... Because otherwise you have to wait for the cycle to go through in order to get to the grapple and get past the wall. But we didn't have to do that. Because Peach is super cool.
So, yeah, the lasers kind of bump you just left of the grapple point, like a few pixels left. So if you grapple at just the right time, you can grapple while you're invincible and just go through the lasers. Not easy at all. Very tight window.
Yeah. It took me a couple tries to get it, but once you have the rhythm for it, it's really easy to pick up. Yeah, that was clean too. Got a sparkle gem. And then I really like this mechanic, is that this game has a glider, where you just get to glide through the night sky. And if you really like this mechanic, they actually have a post-game mini-game where this is all you do, and you can get, I think you get an extra outfit for, completing the challenge. Each floor has its own mini-game challenge based off of one of the rooms. So there's like a barrel challenge for the cowgirl, a gliding challenge for the thief, and you just get like bonus costumes for 100%ing the mini-game, and I think that's really cool. That they have a lot of post-game content in this game, which is why I think it's really cool to play casually as well as speedrun. It didn't take me that long to 100% the game. I think I started playing when it was released, and it took me 6 days to 100%, and that was just playing casually. So now I can just finish the game in a couple hours. It's crazy to think about. But I think the current 100% record is like 7 to 8 hours or something. It's an all-day thing if you want to speedrun 100% of this game.
The current 100% record, I have the board up here, is 8.5 hours.
Yep.
That's a
It's-
work
there
day.
there are 3 people on that leaderboard, so it's not very popular. I wonder why.
Yeah.
100% is not just, running through the game once. It's essentially running through the game twice, and
the
then doing
mini-games.
extra post-game stuff on top of that.
Yep. That's why 100% Sparkle Gems is like a happy medium, because it's only a little bit longer than any percent. It's like an extra hour.
Yeah, for all Sparkle Gems, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only have to defeat the bosses a second time, compared
Correct.
to doing all the stages again.
Yes, because again, with post-game content, you get to do mini-game challenges for the bosses, most of which is just complete the boss, don't take damage, collect a sparkle gem, yeah, just don't get hit, like, is mostly all of the challenges, but each boss has 3 extra sparkle gems to get post-game, and that is included in 100% sparkle gems. So I really like this level because it is a spooky haunted castle, and I like spooky stuff. I like spooky levels, so it's pretty cool, and it goes by pretty fast. There's a lot of cool like hits that you can get in this level to try and get more than one. So I'm gonna try it here with this guy, see if I can get 2. Yep.
Yep, got 2. You can see how huge that hitbox is after the parry. Like she puts it's like a big invisible wall in front of her that just kills everything.
And then we just have to wait for these bats to fly through. Can't really skip that, and then the gate's gonna open once they're done. But yeah, I like the Knights levels because there's 3 different bosses, whereas I think with all the other levels, it's almost like the same boss every time. So I think it's really cool that there is like diversity in the Knight levels, or the sword fighter. So yeah, just gotta jump over these guys. This is all just like get to the end of the level at this point. Just avoiding some things. I think we're gonna see a Mr. Monopoly. There he is. He's stuck in a painting.
Are you gonna? Nope. Nope.
Nope. Goodbye.
Nope. Sorry.
Oh.
He just gets to remain.
He doesn't get saved until the mods add Monopoly % to the board.
Exactly. Whoops. Got stuck there a little bit. Yeah. Even though like their hitboxes are wide, it's also they can hit you from pretty far away as well. Alright, so this is the boss fight, and after this level, the game is going to take us through another tutorial to introduce us to the basement, since the basement is where we actually get to save the real stars of the show. So the lore is that we are just replacing the sword fighter actor. The real one is trapped in the basement, and so we have to go and save them. And they'll show us that after this boss fight, and then when we come back to the basement, we'll have to save all the other stars of the show as well, one for each costume. And that's always really cool because you get to work together with the AI, make friends.
I mean, it's not always cool. Sometimes they misbehave a little bit.
Oh, that's true. The baking one can never decide what bowl she wants to go to, but...
We'll get there when we get there. We kind of touched on it before.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Very
literally
nice.
like the last
That
level.
was good.
Yeah, the depth perception in this level can be kind of tricky. I have to stand in the middle of the room so that he doesn't cycle throughout all the walls, because if you're moving around the room, he's going to track you, and that takes time. But if we just wait here, he figures, okay, we're right in front of him. He'll charge. Ah, see ya.
Ooh.
I missed it.
I'm surprised that didn't give you the counter there.
Yeah. There we go. I feel like that was the same exact one, but the depth, you can't really tell.
Front-facing
That's
camera, it's a bit
cool.
hard to tell how close you are. And there's no way to adjust the camera angle. This game has fixed camera.
Yeah. So we're gonna sidetrack and go to the basement, and then we'll have to climb back up to the second floor.
Like that. Thank you very
Yeah, we kind of touched on this before, but the way the basement works is that after you beat the second play of a given costume, that costume's basement level will open. That's the third level. So now we just finished Sword 2. The game is going to say, hey, a door just opened in the basement. And that's going to be Sword 3. It's going to force us into the level. However, stairs in this game are really slow. Look at this loading screen. It takes forever. So we're not going to be re-entering the basement until the end of the run. Unless we need sparkle gems, which
I doubt.
fingers crossed.
We won't need it. So yeah, we'll have cutscenes here. We'll see us go into the basement. But you'll see that none of the other doors are unlocked because this is the second level that we've done. And yeah, this is us going into the level. And it's really short. The ones in the basement are probably the shortest levels out of all of the levels, which is really nice. And it has like this whole story of like that it's the plays, so it's like all the like knight and sword fighter plays, but everything's like corrupted and all messed up. So we just jump over these guys. There's only like one set of knights that we actually have to kill because they'll put a curtain in our way. Yeah. So it's this group. Oops, I thought I hit you. These guys. This group. Them. And these guys. Alright, and then we can progress. And then we just have the boss. Yeah, the night levels have most of the lore of the game. But we get to talk to... Yeah, they call the stars Sparklas. So that's the sword fighter Sparkla. Because they have, like, the passion and the heart of the play. The star. But here we are introduced to another boss for the sword fighter. Who I think is really cool. Again, he's being held up by strings that you can see. Really awesome. And yeah, most of this fight is just doing different types of dodges. So jump dodges, parries.
Yeah, you do have to hit these in-between dodges as well. If you don't, his kind of like attack sequence will just reset.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to hit multiple dodges in a row in order to get your hit in.
So this one's fun because he's going to come at us from this way, then he's going to come at us from this way, and then he's going to try and psych us out. We're smart.
I love how his sword goes straight through you. Like, he has great hitboxes.
Mm-hmm. I also really enjoy the voice acting in this game. I think this is one of, like, my favorite Nintendo games that have been voice acted. Like, I think they all just did a really good job for their characters. Like, the bosses all sound really good. Peach sounds great.
Special shout out to the skater guy,
Yeah,
who we'll encounter pretty soon.
Oh,
I think
I
he's
do
on
like the voice acting, yeah.
Yeah. And just the visuals as well. I think this is just a very visually appealing game. There's so many bright colors. The bosses all look really cool. But another reason why I really enjoy playing this game, both casually and speedrunning, is the diversity that each level has, because you're always doing something different. There's a different goal. And I think that's really creative. It's like, it's not all just a platformer. It's like, you gotta be the sword fighter and dodge and strategize, or, you know, in the baking level, you have to do precise timing with, like, the baking and the cake decorating, so I think it's really cool. And we'll get to a very different level, pretty soon. The detective levels are kind of interesting. Not great from a speedrunning perspective, but I will put a spoiler warning once we get to the first one, because if you do want to play this game casually and you haven't already, I recommend you not watching the detective level, because it's just gonna spoil it. The answers are gonna be there, and I think it's a lot of fun to play the level going in blind and using the game's mechanics as intended, because I had a lot of fun with it, because you get to investigate clues and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh!
these levels aren't super replayable once you know the answers. It's kind of like, you know, if you watch someone play Outer Wilds, you kind of can't play it yourself anymore.
Oh, here's the ice skating level that we were just talking about.
Cool. Who wants to talk about RNG?
Oh yeah. This is one of the few levels in the game that does have RNG. And it's only the boss fight. Everything else is on rails, because we'll have to do some ice skating moves, and all of those are always the same, so I know where to stand on the ice. But when it comes to the boss battle, that is where runs come to die.
Yeah. He giveth and he taketh away.
Yeah, he's one of the funniest and greatest boss characters in this whole game, but the RNG is run killer.
And we do encounter him 3 times.
No, twice. We
Oh, the third
him
time is not the third time is not random, right?
No, the third time's not random, but we do encounter him 3 times, but he was nice enough to make the last one not RNG. But yeah, the ice is very slippery. They did a really good job at making ice mechanics in this game. Whether that's for good or for bad. Alright, so we just come in here. We can just walk right through them. Fine. Oh no! They're ice skating in the ice skating rink.
How dare they? Somebody stop them.
How dare they? We've got to do something. There's a lot of screaming in this game.
God, the Scream's voice lines are so funny.
Yeah. So, the ice skating music, I think, is some of my favorite in the whole game.
Well, it is my favorite in the whole game. This song is a bop once we get to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the later section, but it reminds me of like an anime opening. It's really good. But yeah, we didn't have to touch the sours, we just had to free the girlies. And now we get to become an ice skater. Which I think a lot of people really like this costume too, and I don't blame them, it's very gorgeous. Yes, we will. Sparkle time. I do appreciate that they let us skip cutscenes. Because I know I was trying to do a replay of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and you're like, can I skip cutscenes, please? And they're like, oh, for sure. And there's only like a couple of cutscenes that they actually skip, and then the rest just play out.
Yeah, why
So,
is that even in the settings?
I don't know.
I
But
swear it doesn't do anything.
at least this game, it actually lets you skip like 90% of the cutscenes, if not more. Alright, so all of this is the same every time you play. So, as long as you're standing in the same spot, it's not bad. But these are cool. All Ice Skating Peach can do is spin and jump, so... All Ice Skater Peach do is spin and jump, eat hot chip, and lie. I don't know. I think Princess Peach could handle a hot chip.
Don't think that personally.
You don't?
I mean,
I
I
don't-
always thought, like, in the promotional artwork, for Cowgirl Peach, she's holding a bottle of, like, hot sauce or something. Like,
Is that what they drink out in the Wild West? Hot sauce?
I mean, I don't think they drink it, but they probably add it to everything.
It's like barbecue. I know later in the game, the cowgirl offers to get some milk with Peach. I guess that's what cowgirls drink. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They have cow in the name. Okay, this last one. And then we gotta wait for the girlies. Get them to join our little gang. And
So
then
if their skate patterns here were fixed, in this part coming up, they are not.
yeah,
And
once
that is
we're...
where the problem comes in.
Alright, time for Big Boss. I hope people can hear the audio of this because it's amazing. Hi. Mm.
Nintendo really cooked with this guy.
They did. They knew what they were
Absolutely.
doing. Alright, this is the bop. I love this. Yeah, this part is pretty easy. We just have to avoid the, I guess, ornaments? Oh, bye, Mr. Monopoly. Sorry.
Oh, there he
Fine.
is.
Our little guy. And we're not even gonna bother with getting the gems.
Yeah, this is one of those gems that does the slowdown effect when you get it, which loses time.
Yeah, we don't need a cutscene. Yeah, it literally just puts you in slow-mo. Alright, RNG time. So, 1 cycle would be, like, insanely good. 2 cycle is pretty average. 3 cycle is annoying, and 4 cycle is, like,
Run
the
over.
run's over. So he's always
Awesome.
gonna come over here, which is fine, but now where the girls end up is random.
That's a
Oh,
pretty good pattern. That's a very good pattern.
oh,
One.
Almost. Almost. You picked up 2 of
so
them.
close.
So this should be a good 2 cycle.
That was
Hopefully.
great, though. That was a great first cycle.
Yes,
It-
but if they end up going in different directions, that's when it'll become a problem.
It is possible to 1 cycle this. It's really, really difficult, even if you get good RNG.
Alright, this is
So
good.
this is an easy 2 cycle, yeah. 2 cycle is expected.
Yeah. And now we circle. We put him in a circle. Silly circle time.
He was pretty nice to us here. Hopefully in Skater 2, he's just as nice.
Yeah, that was really good. We appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Skater Man. Alright. I think detective level is next. So I would recommend,
Thank you
if you
so
don't want
much.
spoilers, I mean, it's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I'm just saying, there's gonna be spoilers.
Yeah, if you would like to play this game casually and you haven't yet, maybe look away for, I don't know, 8 minutes or so.
Yeah, this level's 8 minutes long. Most levels are 7 to 8 minutes. If you're not canceling out of them, like in Death Abuse.
These levels are charming going into them for the first time if you don't know the answers. It's really cool to, solve these puzzles, talk to all the characters and find the information. In a speedrun, it's a bit of, slow movement, dragging your feet.
Yeah, I mean, what's annoying about Detective 1 specifically is that knowing the answer is painful because they don't let you solve it immediately. It forces you to play the whole level before you can tell them the answer. So
There's
even though
one exception to that, the very last kind of puzzle of this level. You can actually just skip it if you know the answer.
yeah, it won't let you do it until the very end, and I think that's just a coding thing. Because certain characters need to be in the room for it to play the final cutscene. Alright. So we just have some dialogue here. Oh no, the museum is closed. I guess we get to learn about the story of this level, though. Since it's a very dialogue-heavy level. So we have Junior here, who's the junior detective, but the detective is missing. And so we need to come in and help save the day. So we come over here and we're gonna cheer up Junior with our little
Cure his depression real quick.
Yep, And then he's gonna show us to the detective's house, and we'll solve a really hard clue in order to get to the detective changing area.
If only the answer was plastered on the wall somewhere.
I know.
That'd be so easy.
I keep forgetting this is a kid's game. And I'm like, why is it so easy? But yeah, so now we get to become the detective, which our power is to just point at things and accuse people. That is all Detective Peach does. She is not like the thief. There's like no exciting movement. She's just pointing at things.
Her outfit is great, though.
I love her outfit. The white tights and the
It's
white
10 out of 10.
glove. It's so good. And I love that, like, in all of her costumes, she still has, like, the elements of, like, her original, like, the earrings and, like, the blue gem that's always, like, on her dress is, like, in all of her outfits. So I think that was a really cool detail to include in all of them. Alright.
This level is hilarious in any normal any percent that allows death abuse.
Actually, no. In this level...
Oh, no, this one?
Yeah, it's not this one. It's the second one. The second one,
okay.
You just accuse a door over and over again in order to take damage, because when you accuse something incorrectly is when Peach takes damage. And so you have to incorrectly accuse something 16 times in order to death abuse. In this level, there were some sours at the beginning, and you can just run into them a bunch of times and they'll just kill you.
Try it in real life. Pointing at a door 16 times will save you time.
Yeah. And then in the third one, when I did my run the first time, I think I accused a bird statue, which a lot of people like to do when they're doing their death abuse run, is go after the bird statue.
It's very suspicious.
It's so suspicious. I mean, just look at it.
But yeah, the detective levels, not only do they take long because you can't really skip anything, but you also have to hold down the button in order to investigate something. So you just have to wait through all that. And if you accidentally let go, it starts all over again. So that's fun. So here we come in. So the plot of this is that a mural has been stolen by the Sours, and we need to find them in order to figure out where it went. We just figured out that some masks were just stolen as well that can make them in disguise. So they are hidden somewhere in this room, and we have to interrogate all the characters to figure out which ones are the imposters. There's only 2 imposters. The first one is this one, and you would find that out because you would find a policeman whose outfit was stolen, and the camera guy back there, his camera was stolen. As you can see, there's one missing, and so you find the guy that has the police outfit and the camera. He's suspicious. And now we have to wait for this little scene. They just slowly walk away. We just
So
can't
slow.
And then the other one is that these were a statue of 2 playwrights, but there's 3, and someone's popcorn was stolen, and so this was the odd one out. But yeah, going around and interrogating the people and getting clues, it was really fun to do this the first time casually. Because it really puts, like, you get to really interact with the characters in the universe, so it's really nice. And so, we have this little cutscene where they're interrogating the guys, and if you did this correctly, basically, when you were talking to everyone in the museum, you would have found out that one of the guys could feel like a draft from a window, another one had a stool, so you would take the stool, go up to the window, open it, a breeze would come in, and you would see that the wall behind us was a fake wall, and it was just a curtain, and then you would go up and interrogate it, and it turns out the mural was here the whole time, but we couldn't interrogate it at the beginning of the level, because they wanted us to play it. So, who would have thought that game developers want us to play their games?
So I do find it interesting that you can skip all the stuff with the window. You cannot skip the room before this.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's just because you need the Sours, like, in front of you tied up. So, like, you can't do that in the beginning of the level because you have to catch them first.
Thank you so much.
So you're forced to do the next room. That's my guess, at least. So that's the end of floor 2, and then we just have our floor 2 boss.
This boss is so cool.
This boss is
actually
really
one of the coolest things in the entire run.
It's perfectly made for speedrunners if you like to go fast.
Do you want to take the break before the boss, or do you want to take the break after the boss?
We'll take the break right now, get everyone hyped up for the boss, because it's really worth coming back to see.
Great.
So, we can just pause right now.
Yep. During these longer runs on the HotFix, we like to take breaks every about hour or so everybody get up, stretch, get some water, anything y'all need to do. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the run. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick HotFix. We are in the middle of a run, a Princess Peach Showtime run. I'll hand it right back over to y'all whenever you're ready.
All right, let's get back into it in 3, 2, 1. So this is the second boss, so because we're on floor 2, so second boss. And again, keeping with the theme of theater stuff, this is going to be based off of, I think, what is it, like, they're not spotlights because that's a different one, but it's some sort of theater lighting is what this next boss is based off of. If someone who's into theater knows, like, the technical term, you'll see what I mean. But this is Light Fang, and the point of this boss is to just run fast. So that's what we're gonna do.
So if he sees you for too long, you see how the screen flashes there, he's going to send you back in time to the last kind of like checkpoint that you were at. So this is really just like a platforming level more so than a boss. It's super cool. You're going to see some really cool kind of speed strats here. They give you a lot of places to stop and let behind a wall, so you can let Light Fang kind of look past you and then you can continue on. We're going to completely ignore most of those, as you're going to see right here. There's a couple triggers where the tail will spawn and break down a wall. That's kind of like baiting you to stand behind it and then get hit. Again, just ignoring that. In fact, if you get seen and then that happens, he will kind of like unsee you. This coil here we can hit from below,
beautiful.
save some time. This is very clean so far. I think this was one of the first ILs that people really started grinding.
Yeah. It's because it's so much fun. I think that someone got this down to like 2 minutes something, maybe even less than that. So
Moving on here, we've got these spinning cogs that are going to try to slow us down. Avoid the gaze there. We get another tail trigger here where he stops looking for you. That's just
Avoid
time we
the
can spend running
gaze.
forward.
Not in
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, see, you glitched out there. That was cool.
Oh, that was weird, yeah. Okay, you still
Oh,
made it.
hate
No
it.
problem.
That actually benefited me a little bit.
So these little coils here, you can hit them to make him stop looking for you, but we're going so fast that we don't need it.
Yeah.
A lot of tail triggers here, so he's not looking at all, and then we can just hit the coil.
And that's Light Fang.
That was so
That was
good.
it. That was really clean.
That was
Thank you.
that was nice.
Mwah, chef kiss. It's a
Someone in chat says that looks like a spotlight to them, so I think it's safe to say we just have 2 spotlight bosses in the game.
yeah, because there's literally on the 4th floor, the boss is called Spot Lion. You can take a guess as to what that's gonna look like. So I know that for sure is a spotlight, and then this is Light Fang. So maybe the two of them together. Oh, I ship it because it's like Spot and Light. Spot Lion and Light Fang. They're spotlight together.
Aw.
I get it.
I ship it. Alrighty, so now we get to go into floor 3. I think the cat lovers are gonna end up liking the floor 3 boss. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh,
We have a
get to
little
beat
time
cow-
until we get there. We are going to beat up a cat.
We are gonna beat up a cat. But in the meantime, we're gonna be another cowgirl. Yeehaw. I don't know why Cowgirl Peach is just so inherently funny. Just yeeing and hawing everywhere. I don't know. But this is gonna be like the classic, like, Western, like, train chase. So this level is like 90% auto-scroller. But we get to use our lasso, which is fun.
Now, auto-scrollers in this game, oftentimes, even though you can't save time, you can lose time.
Yeah.
There are certain like objectives you have to do at certain points in the auto-scrollers that if you take too long on them, you're losing time. The
Yeah.
auto-scroller won't advance until you complete them.
Yeah, just don't hit things. We also have the horse. I'm really sad that they canonically did not give this horse a name, so I would love to hear if people have names for this horse. I have named her Nelly in my heart, because, like, the saying of, like, whoa, Nelly. So that is my name for the horse. So I would love other suggestions as well. But it's just so... I mean, they use she, her pronouns for the horse throughout the whole game, so... They cared enough to give it a gender, give it a name. Alright, I just grabbed that just in case. I'm not entirely sure if going on the above path is faster or the below path, but I like going below just to get the sparkle gem just in case. And then we'll get a free one here in a second.
We have a couple horse names in chat.
Okay.
One chatter says Silver, so I can yell hi ho
Aw.
Silver.
That's good.
One chatter says, since it's a prop horse, I'm thinking rocking, or rocking horse.
Aw, that's cute!
And then
love
I like
that.
this one. This chatter says, clearly you're riding through the desert on a horse with no name.
Aw, that's
Absolutely.
a sad fate for that horse. Alright, now we get to walk on top of a train. One thing that I'm very impressed with is that this horse can run just as fast as a train. And one of my friends was like, that's either like a really fast horse or that train is going at 1 horsepower. Like, and I thought
Exactly
that was-
1 horsepower.
it goes 1 horsepower. So, Get some dialogue here. I like to do this trick where I'm just going to flip through the door, even though it doesn't really do anything because we still have to wait for the next scene to load. But it's always fun to go
save time,
through.
but it's funny.
It is. Again, it's like, oh, little things here and there that we can do, but it doesn't actually save time, unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna skip all this. This would be a way to get a sparkle gem, but we don't need it. We don't need it.
In all sparkle gems, that one is really annoying.
It is. You have to...
You run out of barrels, you gotta reset the level.
Yeah, entirely. I prefer to just jump off the train, and then it'll reset me back at the beginning of the train part, which is good. But yeah, I've had to reset that a couple of times. Ah, the horse.
He's back.
He's back. That is such like an old horse sound, and I know that is just like a horse sound effect that's been used forever because it's also in Kelly Club Pet Parade. I recognize it so well. Also, I will be...
That has gotta be the most obscure reference I've ever heard.
Well, I wanted to mention it because I will be showcasing my speedrun of Kelly Club Pet Parade at Barbiethon on August 10th and 11th on Barbiethon Twitch channel. So that's exciting. It's going to be a charity event. We're going to have some famous Barbie gamers there.
That's right, be there, chat.
Yeah, be there. Barbiethon.
All the cool people are going to be there.
It's going to be a great August speedrunning month for the girlies and femmes because we got Flame Patels and Barbiethon in August. We'd love to see it.
Okay, so I think that wraps up our auto-scroller level here.
Yep. We just had to throw a barrel at a train, and that was enough to knock it over, apparently. So... But we were very close on that. I only had one heart, so if I ran into a rock, I would have died. But that's okay, because I didn't. So yeah, the next boss battle I think is going to end up costing us 20 sparkle gems. So we at least
You know what the
have
count is
enough.
at?
We're at 23 right now.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we just gotta store some more so that we'll have enough for floor 4. That was a lot of rhymes. And I didn't even try. Alright, so there's like the little like, ooh, we unlocked the thing in the basement. That's like the little cue for that. Aw, heck yeah! It's time to save the world from aliens.
This is my personal favorite costume. It's
Yeah.
just too cool.
If you like Big Hero 6, then you're gonna like this costume.
They really peaked with this design.
But we get to fight off some aliens as a superhero. Superhero Peach. I think it's called Hero Peach. I mean, I think that's what we refer to it as. Sometimes it's seen as Space Peach, but I think overall it's like this is Big Hero Peach.
I believe in the game it's called Mighty Peach.
Ah, it is Mighty Peach, yeah. Which I don't think is very descriptive at all, but I think that just is a translation thing, if I had to guess. Oh yeah, you can see Mr. Monopoly back there. Poor guy. Hanging on to some debris.
Aw. I'm just
And
gonna
that's
let
where he
him-
will stay.
Yep,
Gonna let him hang.
goodbye.
Yep, we're literally leaving him hanging.
Look, I love that the Sours are just in really bad alien costumes. Like, it just warms my heart. See, now this is a real fire, because before we saw, like, fake fire, and now this is real fire, so this is a problem. We need to put that out immediately. That's a... Is that, what, OSHA hazard? Is that what it's called? Like, the...
Well, I don't think the Sours are here to put on a show.
I don't know. I feel like that would be a lawsuit if our actors got hurt. Okay, we got Mr. Onion Head Scientist. I think they just stole that design from Luigi's Mansion.
He's a little reminiscent of Egad, a little bit.
Yeah. But he's here to make us Iron Man, basically.
Oh, yabba yabba.
We're like, yeah, I guess like Iron Man and Batman, where we don't actually have superpowers, we just have technology. When I started watching, like, the new Marvel stuff, my heart was broken to find out that, like, the new Spider-Man doesn't actually shoot webs from his hand, like, in the 2001 Spider-Man. Like, he just has, like, a device that shoots out web. His powers does not include shooting web, and I'm like, but he's Spider-Man. But apparently the Tobey Maguire version is the only one where he shoots webs from his hand, apparently. And people didn't like that, because it wasn't, like, canonically accurate. That's my hot take on Marvel. I have no other takes. I've never watched another Marvel movie.
I was gonna say, yeah, I have a lot to add to this conversation. So Peach is really strong now.
Yeah, we can, like, lift things. Oh wait, they have dialogue. I have to stand in a certain spot.
Yeah, they're really chatty.
Yeah, they will literally pull you from where you are to have more dialogue with you, so it's better to just figure out where they want you to stand so that you don't get pulled too far, because that takes time. Also bummed out that you can't hit all three there. It was proven that you can only hit a maximum of 2 at a time, but usually I can get all 4 there.
Almost.
But that's okay. You can hit all 4 there. I'm just bad. Hooray! But look at all the
theme of this character is, like, you know, throwing very large objects. It's so sick. I love it.
Yeah, we're about to pick up a bus.
Look at this.
Yeah, Peach
Block
so
on
cool.
fire.
Peach is so cool. The fake fire is also very aesthetic. And then we have the real fire over here. But yeah, something that we're not utilizing in this specific category, this run category, are the hidden spots. If you play casually or do like another category that requires to get more sparkle gems, there are hidden spotlight areas where you have to do like a special pose, and you will go into like a behind the scenes area where you can either get like coins or a sparkle gem. You just have to know which ones are which, and I think that's really cool. But those are like little special secret areas. There we go. I love that guy.
This guy takes like he takes so many hits.
Only that one, I think. There's other ones that only take 3, but for some reason, like half take 3 and half take double, like 6. I don't know why. Oh, they're all safe, guys. We saved them. They made it to their dome home. Alright, I guess that's our job done.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Well,
Who could have predicted this?
Well, they
I do
shouldn't
like
have
that their
made-
house, like their lab, is like actually a circle that just goes
Yeah.
underground.
They shouldn't have made their house so easy to pick up. Alright, we got a special invention. It's a jetpack! Peach flies now. Thank you, Professor.
So in case there weren't enough genres already in this game, now it's like kind of a shmup.
Yeah, but this is an auto-scroller portion yet again. But it is better to hit the things as soon as possible, because the sooner they're off the screen, the next segment can start. Might as well just collect these while I'm here. Why not? She likes to punch. Yay! And for saving everyone, you get a sparkle gem too. So if you missed anyone, you wouldn't get that. And this is a pretty easy boss fight because you don't actually fight that big thing. You get the small one. You get the little guy. And you just spin him around.
This is so ridiculous. I love this so much.
Yeah, I don't think we take any damage here if we get hit by any of these things either. So you just swing, you just mash.
She looks way too cool.
She is cool. This is why this game is important because it makes Peach look cool.
Yeah,
like,
she's given boss babe this whole game. Like,
she's total
For
boss
sure.
babe.
I think the second stage of this costume has an even cooler finale, personally.
Yeah. I'm glad that she was able to redeem herself from Super Princess Peach because I feel like that game gets such a bad rap, and this game just made her look so cool.
that's the DS one, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
One other game, and they really made a great comeback with this one. I've been looking forward to this game since it was announced on the Direct, and when it came out, I just spent like all day playing it. It's so good. So what's this one? Aha! We have our first mermaid level. So again with this one is she doesn't have, I don't think Peach technically does anything as a mermaid. Her skill is that she sings so well that she makes fish do things for her. Kind of like a Disney princess. So that's gonna just be like the main thing in this level is just controlling fish with our voice, which pretty cool. But Peach herself can't really do anything. Can't like do any jumps or like the other levels.
Her movement is not super interesting in the mermaid form. You can move freely X and Y axis because you're like underwater, you know. But predominantly you're just kind of solving puzzles with the singing. Puzzles can be a little finicky too. They're not always, I don't know, programmed that well.
There's only one that is like kind of a problem, but yeah, it's because we're working with cardboard and wood here that
Yeah, it doesn't do well in the
flimsy.
water, you know.
It doesn't, no. But it's like they got that accurate. It's like they made this stuff very flimsy to work with. But look how happy this turtle is. I love the turtle design in this level. He is so precious, has to be saved and protected. So cute. I love the little turtle. Look at him go. But yeah, right now we're just chilling. I'm gonna get a free sparkle gem here just by going like this. Once you hit all the seashells, not only do you get coins, but you get sparkle gems. Again, very similar to Yoshi's story, where it's like, do this very specific task that has no indication, and you will get the item you need to complete the level. Alright, so they're all upset because the singer is missing. So, guess who has to fill in? This is basically Princess Peach, the substitute teacher game.
Yeah, I hope she's getting paid overtime for all this.
Yeah. She's just the understudy, it's fine. Shout out to all the understudies out there and all the swings. They're the real heroes of theater production. Like, Mermaid Peach, like, really just says trans rights. Like, she has the prettiest, like, pink and blue outfit, and then with the white pearls to match. So pretty.
For sure. I just wanted you to know, as you go into the levels with each costume, I'm dropping your corresponding emotes in the chat.
Yeah, I got those
This has
emotes.
a lot of Peach
Yeah.
emotes.
Yeah, I was able to get those from a artist on Etsy. They are listed in my About section on my Twitch page. So shout out to them. Yeah, they're super cute. It's like they made a Peach from every costume. There's also a Stella one. I think that one's on my Discord, though. Oh no! We'll have to cancel the concert. No worries. I'm here to save the day. The eels. Oh, I love the eels, too.
They're so goofy looking.
There's little goofballs. Alright. We'll skip all this. Just women. And so this is the first kind of finicky challenge we have in the mermaid section, are these clamshells. We need more fish in order to open the big clamshell. So we need to gather those guys up. But if there's like a clamshell like nearby, like sometimes they just want to automatically gravitate towards that one. So that one on the right down there had a sparkle gem in it. And I've had runs where it's like, I want to avoid that and just go up, but they are like magnetized to the one.
Yeah,
on
the
right.
fish are pretty janky. Everybody say hi to the eels.
Hello, eels.
They are adorable.
Alright, this is the other one.
This is the janky one. So you have to move the kelp in a specific order, you know, the one that's on top. But they kind of, again, just magnetize to the wrong thing constantly. This seems like it went pretty well.
This one was pretty good. We got a little stuck at the beginning there, but it was okay. I guess I just need to sing better so the fish act right.
Yeah, maybe you have to be on key.
Alright, this one's fun because we get to save the turtle with these puffer fish. It makes a cool sound. They're like angels.
I just love the animation.
Yes. It's so dramatic.
The slowdown effect, and they're, you know, just throwing it up. Like, it's great.
Alright, Mr. Turtle. Aww. We get to ride on the turtle. I just love how intricate it is. Like, you can see, like, all the inside bits of, like, mechanisms. So cool. Aw, the eels. The fish have huge lips. Like, it's so distracting. Because, like, I feel like it doesn't really line up right with their mouth. But I don't know. Crabs are cute, too. But now this part is kind of like a rhythm game. Every mermaid level kind of ends with, like, this rhythm game portion where you have to aim your singing notes at fish, and some fish last longer than others. Like, some represent, like, quarter notes, half notes, stuff like that. But yeah, we're just vibing with the music. We have this, like, aura. Yes, this one's a long boy.
He's so long.
Long. Long. Yay! Look at all the fishies.
Yeah, that's the end of Mermaid 1.
Yep.
This singing mechanic will return.
Yeah, for all of the mermaid levels.
So in case there weren't enough genres already in this game, how about rhythm game?
Right.
Yeah, they're really good variety just all throughout.
So when do we get to first-person shooter, Peach?
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, just like Army Peach. She's in the trenches.
All right, that's going to bring us up to Baker 2.
Oh,
You want to talk about this one before we get in there?
Yeah, so when I get to the hard part, I'm going to have Python and City kind of explain what I'm doing, because I'm going to have to really focus. This is probably, I would say, when I was playing it casually, I had to do this level over like 3 times because the baking level with the cookies, like, they just made it, like, incredibly difficult, for no good reason. I know I was just saying, like, "Oh, it's a kid's game, it's so easy," and then all of a sudden they throw this out of left field. But first of all, just want to talk about the aesthetic. Adorable.
Yes.
I need everything that is in this level. It is so cute. But yes, so the theme of this is that they eat some bad cookies and become zombies, and they desire sweets. So we need to make good sweets in order to turn them back to normal. So the first level this time is going to be the cake decorating instead of the cookies, and the cake decorating this time is not as forgiving as the first round. We have to actually complete it all the way through, but again, we can skip 2 of them. As long as we don't mess up 3 cakes, we're fine, but we can skip 2 cakes. And for the guide of this run, there are 2 specific cakes that we skip because those are the most complicated ones to decorate. We only do the easy ones to decorate. Like, this one's just a line. Other ones are just going to be like dots. But ones that get a bit more complicated, we're going to skip.
So these kind of zombie feats that appear on the sides, more will appear over time if you're too slow. And if you take too long, the kind of gates will overflow and break, and you'll be swarmed by them, and it will restart this section.
Yeah, so that's like the main challenge in the cookie decorating level. Because you have to bake the cookies at a specific pace. That was intentional. Everyone.
The gate, again, we're allowed 2 misses here.
Yeah. And then we'll just skip the last one. Which, unfortunately, is the funniest one. It's a smiley face. And it's
I
always
love
funny.
making a wonky star face with that one.
Yeah. The wonky star face is always the best.
It reminds me of like Mario Odyssey, those mini games where you have to like put the parts of Mario's face down and it always comes out looking really cursed. It's kind of like that.
Or like the Mario Party minigame when you're stretching like Bowser's.
Yeah, like that too, yeah.
It always turns out so wrong. Alright. So this is the next level. I'm going to focus a little bit. Yeah, so the next, in every baking level, it's like always like a cookie portion and a cake decorating portion. So the next portion is cookie, and basically we need to feed the horde before they break through, but there's a certain pattern to do it like in the most efficient way possible. And I've kind of gotten that down, but I just need to pay attention to what I'm doing to make sure that we don't have any breakthroughs, because if any breakthrough, then we have to start the whole cookie portion over again, and it's like a whole, it's 50 seconds, so
it's long, and these zombie guys pile up very fast.
Yeah.
Casually, this is potentially the hardest level in the game.
I would say yeah, because I had to do it over like 3 times before I got a rhythm down. All right, I'm gonna get started here.
So as Mandz is making the cookies, there's kind of a few stages to how the dough rises. Once it turns yellow, you can stop and you'll get 4 cookies. If it turns rainbow, which is a little bit of a tighter window, you have to wait a little bit longer, you get double cookies, so you get 8, which is good. It will feed 2 rows of the zombies instead of just 1. Cooking with the theats like that gives you a ton of cookies and will disperse all of them. So there's a little strategy here based on like how much time should you spend actually mixing the dough to get the amount of cookies that you need. You can see how fast they're piling up. It's crazy. If you are fast enough, you can actually finish this with time left on the clock. So we'll see if we're able to get that here. You can see when the gates are flashing like that, that means time is running out. So we have to get these cookies over there as fast as we can. Oh, that was so tight. 6 seconds left on the clock is really good. Really good.
Yeah.
And I messed up too, so that was really crazy. I messed up.
That was so close.
Girl, I didn't even see it. Like,
I on that very last one, I want to say you had maybe like a half a second until that gate broke.
I know. I mean, yeah, I messed up on one of the feats where I didn't get rainbow. Because the thing is, if you press too much, your cookies will explode. So you can't like mash, you have to time it exactly right so that you're in the rainbow part, because once you go too far, you have to start all over again, and the theats will get exploded, and It's really
Yeah,
annoying.
you lose that batch of cookies and you lose a lot of time. If that happens at all during that horde section, it's pretty much over.
It's over, yeah, because you're on that timer. I mean, you can actually finish when the timer ends with zombies still left. I've had that happen, but it's, like, really rare. But you can still win that way, you just won't get the 3rd sparkle gem.
This one is no danger, it's a freebie.
Yeah,
Little
it's
victory
just
lap at the end.
level. Yeah, you're just curing whoever is left with yummy cookies. I wish cookies could cure all of my ailments. That would be really nice.
It seems like chat is with you that this level took them many tries on their casual playthrough. A number of people saying that this is very difficult.
Yeah. Having 6 seconds left is like, I think my PB. I don't think I've gotten anything better than that. Which is crazy because like I said, I messed up multiple times in that round, and I'm very fortunate that we didn't have any zombies break through.
Yeah, that room can be a run killer. Like I said, that gate was very close to breaking, and if it did, that's you just lost like a minute or two.
Yeah. It's probably close to 2 minutes because the first round is 60 seconds and then the second round is 60 seconds as well. You have to complete both. I have the baker in my soul. Alright. Kitty cat lovers, it's time.
So this boss coming up is Projector Cat,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really cool boss design-wise. It's a bit slow, but it's still pretty fun. There is a bit of speed tech to it, as we're going to see here.
Yeah, you just have to hit the pause as fast as possible. As possible. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. So, I always really liked this boss because it gives me Beetlejuice vibes. Like with all like the neon green and stuff and like the swirls. So, I really like that. But basically all you gotta do here is you wait for him to go into projector mode, and then you hit him with the bomb. And like with all the boss fights, 3 stages. So this was stage 1. It's very simple, straightforward.
I love the way this boss looks.
Mm-hmm. He's a projector. A projector.
The projector, yeah.
He's so cute. And so he'll try to hit you with his tail, he'll try to hit you with the paws. Yeah, there's the tail. The tail doesn't do damage, but the paws can. The only thing with the tail is that he's like knocking you out of the way, so you can't protect the bomb.
Yeah, it's just wasting speedrunners' time.
Yep.
So yeah, the paws, you want to ideally get to them as fast as possible, as they're the only thing you can really control in this fight.
Yeah. Being able to hit up is really nice.
The goal is you just want to get the bomb in the little cat shape on the floor, and as long as it's in there, it should hit him when he slams down like that.
Yeah, his paws don't hurt you because they're just a projection, so you can stand where the paws land. You just can't be on the ground when the paws land. That's what will deal damage, which I think is weird. But on the way down, the paws can't hurt you. Yeah, this is last phase. It's really funny the positions his like paws end up in because they're trying. It's an AI that's tracking where the bomb is, but if you like move it around a lot, it like gets really confused. Alright, that should have been the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pattern is always the same as well. There is no RNG to this. The boss fight patterns are all the same.
A really nice job.
Yep, that was boss number 3. Bye-bye, kitty. Meow meow. I mean, technically we have another cat on floor 4.
Technically.
Spot lion.
It's a bit of a danger cat, though.
Danger cat. I don't know. Wasn't there like a story of like a family that like took in like a lion as a pet, as like a cub, and then like raised it? That was cute. I don't know if that was just like a made up movie or if it was based on a true story, but I remember seeing ads for that all the time as a kid. I always wanted like a wild pet after that. He's so cool. Alright. Floor 4. Okay, we get another dashing thief level, which is really cool. We're gonna do a lot of swinging in this level to go fast.
Yeah, this is a very satisfying level to play.
Yeah. Yeah, these loading screens are killer. Well, that was one thing we discovered, is that loading is shortest on the digital version as long as you make sure that it's not on your SD card.
Yeah, it turns out if you just load the game on your SD card, it's pretty comparable to physical, I believe, in terms of load times.
I think they found that, like, within every loading screen, it saves, like, 5 or 6 seconds if you move it from console to from SD. And that
adds up a lot. Like, I want to say the difference is greater than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just from playing on digital.
So I had to buy this game twice. Totally worth it though.
Yeah.
Gotta save those frames. But now I have a beautiful physical version because I pre-ordered it and I got a cute little standee from Best Buy, so.
I thought about doing that pre-order, but then I was like, do I need any more physical games? Because I'm looking at my full shelf.
The answer is always yes. Physical media supremacy. Just buy another shelf.
Yeah, we are a physical media household for sure. But I know Target, I think their pre-order was that you got like a water bottle and a scrunchie, which I think they knew the people buying this game. So, but I like the standee because that's something I can just have out. And I recently just got a bunch of Doki Doki Literature Club standees too, so it's like a little collection now. The acrylic is also really nice. They're like acrylic. This, you don't have to unlock the door. You just need to not die now.
Yeah, a lot of the stages just grapple around stuff and don't engage with it.
I would really appreciate a heart right around now. I think I can get a heart over here. Yeah, I see one. I'm gonna grab that.
Just don't take damage.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It's so easy.
The thing is, when I do a lot of my speedruns, I mostly do Barbie speedruns on easy mode, so like it doesn't matter how much damage you take. So this is very I don't even know why they have that one on there. That one is like the most not useful grapple to like go from side to side. They have specific ones that like move like on the x-axis.
Shout out to the one time the game crashed right here after you broke through the window.
Oh yeah.
And it just soft locked and Peach was just staring at the camera forever.
Yeah, that only happened to me once. I had a soft lock there in a casual playthrough. I think I was practicing actually. Alright, this move is really cool. Hold on. Oh, like a thing is about to come up. There we go. Because before there used to be like a... The intended method is that you wait, you grapple, and then you jump onto the top of it. But who has time for that? If you know it's coming, just jump, baby. The jump it's like a trust jump is what I like to call it. Alright. This next part is really, really cool visually. So the whole blimp is like exploding, so we need to get out as fast as possible. So we get to do a lot of cool grapples. So
hopefully it works this time.
oh yeah.
Oh, this is a fun segment.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That one, for some reason, sometimes the grapple will just magnetize to the one on the bottom.
Yeah, it's weird. Very cool.
Even though we want the one on the top.
God, she's so cool. Love her.
This game's so cinematic.
Look at this. But look, in the distance, we made it out.
There she goes.
She's like Batman.
Yes. Piece of cake. Thank you.
Alrighty. So by the end of this floor, we need to have 25 sparkle gems, which right now we have 19, so I think we're pretty good because we have 3 doors left. I think this is the last floor that introduces a character as well. Which I think is one of mine and Python's favorites.
I do believe you're right.
Alright, Ninja 2. This is like hard.
Showtime.
Like, I think everyone in the speedrunning community for this game can agree like this is the hardest level to speedrun because this is like the only level that has a lot of like tech in it.
Yeah, there's a good number of skips in here as well as the constant dash canceling that has to be done. You know, casually Baker 2 is probably the hardest, but for a speedrun, it's got to be this one. So right off the bat here, we're going to sneak past this guy, and then well, we have to listen to this thief really quick. Again, very chatty, they love to stop you.
Say.
We have to hear him out. Might have something important to say.
Yeah, so basically, we found this because this is where they would teleport you on that cherry blossom tree if you got caught, but you can just jump up there yourself and just skip all of the guards.
Yep, that little platform is always there. There is something you can do here to speed it up, but it's pretty inconsistent.
Yeah,
so we're
I
just
don't
going to do it
think
the normal way.
anyone besides one person can do it. Is that you don't have to hit like the little chimes. You could actually drop down right in the middle of the 2 guards and hit them both at the same time, but that is like, I think, like a frame perfect.
Yeah, you have to like land perfectly in between their line of sight. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, because if they catch you, then you get... It's just like Light Fang, where it would send you back to like a certain checkpoint.
So you see all these flipping walls and stuff here. We're not going to engage with this this puzzle. This is a very precise jump that MenaceMandz is lining up. It's not easy at all. So you have to be on the absolute edge of the... There we go. That's really clean, third try.
Yeah.
So you have to be on the absolute edge of the wall, and you have to jump. Wall jump at the absolute peak of your jump, and then dash at the absolute peak of your double jump and land on the absolute edge of the slanted ceiling. A lot can go wrong there, so good on MenaceMandz for getting it so quick.
There's like an invisible wall there. Okay. I think I just accidentally lined up with the railing. Alright, that was a very good Ninja 2.
That was solid, yeah.
Thank you guys for the commentary.
You did it so fast, I had to explain it like light speed.
Yay!
A speedrunner going fast?
Who would have thought?
Unheard of.
Alright. This is kind of auto-scrollery, but you can still do your dash, which is really nice. So we're just going to zoom through here, and then there's going to be one final skip in the level. Because we don't need this last sparkle gem, I'm just going to get the ones that they're forcing me to get, and then I'm going to go down here and bounce off the wall.
Nice, nice. So yeah, you want to skip those gem fragments because that's another one that slows you down when you grab it.
Yeah.
So instead of doing the wall jump they want you to do, we just do the opposite of that. Go behind the little wall jump section.
And part of me feels like it was somewhat intended. Like if you overshot and you didn't realize you had to jump up, you could still recover. But I don't know.
Very
so
cool
part,
and true.
Yeah, this part visually gorgeous, but all you got to do is mash. You're literally you can just go back and forth. But
very easy. You can't really like lose or gain time here either. There might be like some frame differences based on how many things you hit, but yeah, it's a really cool looking auto scroller where you just mash one button.
Yeah. And that was Ninja 2. We've got over the biggest hurdle of the run, so that was really nice.
It's done.
Ninja 3 is okay. I actually timed it earlier when I was in practice, because there's like a skip at the very beginning of the level, and you can go one of two ways. And everyone that I've seen in the Peach community, they always go right and then jump over a wall. And like Python had actually introduced me to another method where you go left and you basically just go around a different way. And Python's method is 5 seconds faster.
I didn't know that, and I'm taking it right now. I'm calling it Python skip.
Yeah, one was 20 seconds, the other was 25. So, and it's the other one, Python's one that he showed me, is actually more consistent for me personally to get than the other one. So I'm really glad that it's actually faster. Oh, this is another detective level. Oh boy. Avert your eyes for spoilers. This one has probably one of my favorite end of level cutscenes. It's really funny.
It's great. This level is like a little bit unhinged.
Yeah. So we're looking for anyone who's suspicious, guys. Let me know if you guys see anyone. Okay, there's
Just
that
love
one.
the newspaper disguise.
That one.
Like,
Yeah. Oh my god!
He's suspicious.
He's purple! It's because I'm purple.
That gotta be him. I mean, just look at him.
Yeah, you can't get too close or else it'll make you go backwards because, like, apparently we can't be too close to him. And so you have to hide. Sneaky sneak. And then he'll turn around. And then this is, like, the only thing that I think is, like, a fun... I don't even think it was intentional. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's like a glitch where your hat gets stuck on the sign, so it just moves Peach for you. Like, I wasn't touching
that.
So I wasn't touching the controller at all there. Like, they just pushed me.
How have I never seen that? Did you just learn that, like, today?
No, I've always been doing that.
That's so
But I just
funny.
never pointed it out before. But I think it's funny that it just, like, you can just clip on it or get attached to it. But I think it just shows that, like, it picks up, like, Peach's either hat or shoe as, like, a physical, tangible object. I don't know. That it can be interacted with. I think that is interesting.
That's my favorite piece of tech in the game now.
Sign tech.
I love that it keeps you concealed. Like, it's
does.
actually functional tech. Because isn't it further ahead than the spot you would normally hide in?
I think so.
It's actually helpful, too.
Well, the thing is, that's the place you're intended to hide, but instead of having to move your controller yourself and risking, like, going too far past the sign, it keeps you on pace with the sign, because the sign is pulling you. Yeah, with that one, you have to knock over that sign, because it's supposed to be, like, psyching you out, and then you have to hide behind those boxes.
You gotta, like, panic and figure out where to hide.
Yeah. And then this is always this door. You would figure that out. This is where their hideout is, and you would figure that out by talking to the other residents of the neighborhood. And it's like, well, I live in the flower door. And if you open up the wrong door, they get mad at you.
Yeah, another case of a little missed opportunity in this game, I think. Could have had those procedurally done. Oh, the bomb's ready, by the way.
Oh, the bomb! Yeah, they just casually have a bomb. And so in this room, you're supposed to figure out what building in the city they plan on bombing. And you would figure that out by looking through the telescope, and they have their eye on the clock tower. So you investigate the little model here of the clock tower, and then we're like, that's what they want to blow up! Let's go there and stop them. I like the little flammable, like, sign on the crate in the corner. That's a good touch. Alright, so we're off to the clock tower. We got the police by our side. They're gonna help us out.
Are they?
And, I mean, they tie people up. Oh no, they're getting away, and they messed up all of the number signs with keys. How will we know which key to use? Well, luckily, in my education, I know that 9 is also a 6. So, that's how we know that that is the 6 key. Nice. Okay.
This is how elevators work in real life, is they just put a bunch of keys around the room labeled with numbers, and that's how you go to the floor you want.
But that's kind of what it was like at GDQ.
Those elevators were rough.
I think I waited at one point for 5 minutes for it to come to the 3rd floor, and it just never did. So I just had to go down to the lobby and then back up. It was just so broken. Alright, so the cops come in, they tie him up, but we still need to find the bomb. He doesn't have it, so... This level is like a little bit of like puzzle solving. So we have like 3 floors to the clock tower, and each one has like a different puzzle on it. So then is, in order to get the elevator to the next floor, we need to put gears into that little model over there, so we find them throughout this floor. And then the last one is the one with the handprint on it. And then we put them all in here, and then we're able to go up to the next one. And then the next one kind of throws you a red herring, which I think is interesting, is that there's a broken gear, like, right in front of you, and you think that's what you need to use, but you actually need to take the one that's on the left and put it on the one on the right, and get the key for the next elevator.
Man, it's a good thing it's this particular time.
Oh yeah, it wasn't this time when we got here, but it is now. Because you can verify that, like, in the beginning cutscene when we come to the clock tower, it's like a completely different time. I don't know why they didn't just leave it like that. Like, I feel like it would be less work to just leave it at the same time, but... we see there's a bunch of footprints. I wonder what's in the bell. Oh my god, it's a bomb!
What do we do?
Alright, so this is a unskippable, like, dialogue cutscene.
I want everyone to remember this cutscene for when we do Detective 3 later, because I have a conspiracy theory about this game.
Oh,
Yeah, I do too. I think it's the same conspiracy.
So pay close attention here, and there will be a test later.
Take notes. Wait, I just noticed that in these freeze frames, Peach is moving. Peach's model is actually, like, moving side to side, like she's breathing.
Is it?
Yeah!
I didn't notice. I'll have to look back on that later.
I never noticed that before.
Yeah, so to save the town, we just threw the bomb somewhere else, and it exploded.
Yeah. We were like, you know what? We'll just throw it in the river. As if there's not life in the river. Like, come on.
Whatever, problem solved, hooray!
The bomb didn't explode in my face, so...
Just don't read into it. Next level.
Alright. Time for a very, very fun character to play. And our last new costume.
I mean, unless you count the final costume. That's its own thing.
Showtime.
Maybe? I mean, there is a transformation sequence that we skip, but this is Kung Fu Peach. And the move set in this is just really fun. You swing on a lot of poles, hit things with your feet. You do a lot of flips.
If you've ever played Dynasty Warriors, this should kind of scratch that itch. You can just mow down like hundreds of enemies at once.
Yeah, you can kick enemies into each other like dominoes. It's really fun. Oh, there's Scream.
Oh, the Scream's in this level.
Yeah.
So funny. Props to the voice actor who did these screams. They were feeling it.
I also really like this boss as well. I like his like little like yarn facial hair. I think that was a nice touch. Alright. So we'll just skip all this. Actually, in order to move on, this is the only level that we actually have to hit some sours. Because the feats won't come and move this boulder if the sours are in the way. So you actually have to get rid of them in order for them to come over and help you. Because they'll be too distracted with the enemies. Oh no. Alright. Again, in a situation like this, would really like a glitch so I could get around this invisible wall.
If only.
Because we're just.
I mean, props to the developers for making a pretty rock solid game.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Alright, we just hit the gong 3 times, and then we become Kung Fu Peach. I also really like Kung Fu Peach's makeup. I think it has one of the best makeup looks in the game.
It is super pretty, yeah.
I like Peach in red is always one of my favorites. Like that's why like for a long time like Flame Flower Peach was my favorite. Alright, we can just avoid those guys. Jump over these. Whoops.
Okay. Interesting.
I think it's just because there's like a wall there, like an invisible wall I got stuck on. That's the only thing. This game has a lot of invisible walls that like you either bonk off of or like get stuck on. That's like the only thing. It's like a glitch, but it's inconvenient. But again, here we just knock them out like dominoes.
Yeah, paging glitch hunters. This game really needs glitch hunters.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be like ways around or on top of invisible walls in this game.
It's just that Peach doesn't have a lot of movement, which is the downside. The only movement she has is in like Kung Fu, Thief, and Ninja. Maybe a little bit Mermaid.
There is a really tight trick in what is it, Mermaid 3? Are you going to be going for that?
No, I tried it earlier. It's just so hard. Basically, there's like a 1 cycle you can do. There's a really good guide for it on the speedrun.com page that someone put together, but I have not been able to nail it. It's very tight. I think it's like the tightest move in the game.
We can talk more about it when we're in that level. Knocking enemies into enemies and just taking down, a ton at once is so satisfying.
And then, like,
you see this really conspicuous pole in the middle here. We're just gonna, they're all gonna run right into it.
Fancy footwork. Got that right.
This level was like built for speedrunners.
Yeah. Very nice. Just gonna avoid these guys. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then this guy, he's so intimidating.
This is my favorite enemy in the game. Bye-bye. Everybody say goodbye.
I don't even know why they put him there. Because the ones with the poles are even harder than the knights with spears, because with the speared ones, at least you had that, like, jump dodge where you could jump on their heads and disorient them to hit them. With these guys, you really just have to wait until their dodge animation is over and they're trying to attack you. Because you can't hit them otherwise. They will just keep dodging you. Like, if I try to hit it, yeah, see, like, they dodge with the stick.
Yeah, these guys are kind of a speedrunner's bane. They're very annoying.
Alright, these ones are easy. Dominoes. Then we'll get on the pole here. What's annoying is that the next fleet won't come until you've defeated every last one from the previous one. It's like, you don't have to be that patient, guys. Alright. Our Kung Fu master. But yeah, you can see her, like, blue gemstone is in, like, the chopstick that's in her hair. I think that's really neat. Love that part of the costume.
So this guy's not too hard. His windows to hit these are pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
You have to hit enough of them to stun him, and then you get your hit in. Pretty much scripted. I don't think he has any RNG to him, right?
No, all of this is the same. All of the boss fights are all scripted. Even the final.
The animation for it is so fun.
It is. I love the flip.
For sure. So we're going to be seeing that guy 2 more times, and we got a nice 2 sparkle gems in this level.
I wasn't even counting how many sparkle gems we have.
Uh-oh. I think we're fine.
I hope so. Yeah, we're good. We got 27.
What do you need for Spotlion?
25?
Oh, okay. I thought it was a lot more than that.
No.
You get to take a break now?
Yeah, we can take a break right before the next boss fight. Spotlion, which is really cool. We have some good tech in that, so stick around.
Yep. So like I said earlier, during these longer runs, we like to take breaks every hour, so everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything y'all need to do. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Tonight, we are showing off some Mario games. We are in the middle of a run of Princess Peach Showtime. I'll hand it right back over to y'all whenever you're ready, if you just want to give a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown.
All right. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1. And we are coming right back to another boss. This is the floor 4 boss, and we barely just scraped by with the amount of sparkle gems we needed. Had 2 to spare, which is typical with my PB. And it just shows how, like, nice the game is in that you can just complete levels and you just get enough sparkle gems. You don't have to go out of your way for the special ones in order to complete any percent NDA. So here we need to hit the lion 3 times. And we need to use the orbs. Everyone loves a good orb. And we do so with Sparkle. And this is the only really tough trick in this level. We need to hit the orb while it's still in his mouth. And we just have to time that just right. There we go.
So he'll continually kind of change the background to this mirror thing, and then he'll send the orbs bouncing around it. I don't know how much of that we'll actually get to see.
No, because waiting for the orbs to reflect back just takes too long, so we're going to be hitting them back, like, immediately. So there's 1, 2, and then...
So now he's going to go to this little laser part, right?
Yeah, this is all scripted, so I stand right here in this little pocket where the laser's not going to hit. I mean, I could take damage, but why would I? And then after he's doing the lasers, we'll get another orb. Alright. And then we'll go into the final phase, which is probably the easiest. And unfortunately, like Python was mentioning earlier, we can do a trick here where we can hit 2 orbs at once, but the game only counts it as 1, so I'm only going to go after 1. And then we'll get the final 2 over here. It's a shame that you couldn't have them count as 2, but I guess the game just isn't programmed that way. So yeah, he's just gonna shoot down at us. We'll just shoot him right back. You can see on the other lion how they are meant to actually like bounce around and stuff, but we don't have time for that. And that was Spot Lion. And the next boss we see will be the final one.
I do find it kind of funny how invalidated this boss is in the speedrun compared to like how much you struggled with it casually.
Yes, I could not figure out what it wanted me to do. I didn't understand that it wanted me to ping pong it back for some reason, and I didn't understand the mirror mechanic at all, but it is so much easier now that I fully understand it. And I actually began to understand it more when I did the post-game minigame, which is interesting. It just made more sense in the post-game with like the challenges it wanted me to do. And now we're going on to the 5th floor, which is the last floor of normal levels before we go back to the basement. And fortunately, once we finish all of the rooms on this floor, the game is nice enough to give us an elevator! So we don't have to take the stairs all the way back down to the basement. We can just take the elevator down.
And that is, amongst a few reasons, that is the main reason why we don't do any basement levels until the end.
Yeah, because the loading screens between floors is a pain.
Yes, and thankfully we can just elevator straight from the 5th floor to the basement.
Yep.
Now there's no boss on this floor, so
no.
It's going to be a while until we see a boss again. The next boss is the final boss.
Yeah, they just decided not to put a boss on the 5th floor, which, you know, I'm fine with. But we do get 2 back-to-back Kung Fu levels, so that's always fun, because you're already in the mindset for Kung Fu. So it makes it a lot easier to skip over those guys. Who needs them? Alright, I'm gonna try something here. I wanna... Actually, it's not this room yet. There is a part where I need to skip a pole, but it's really hard because they don't give me a lot of space to jump over it. Oops. Yeah,
There's a lot of enemies here.
Yeah, and it's hard to grip onto that. We don't need you guys, so pardon me. Bounce, bounce.
They're doing their job very effectively by letting you walk past them.
Yeah, and what's nice is these guys that are capturing the women beats, they only need 1 hit, as opposed to like all of the other sours that require 3. So that's handy. Alright. You actually can mess this up. If you don't time it right, you have to do the whole battle segment over again. Like, he'll like do a defense and he, like, there's like a puff of smoke that comes out and he goes like, You'll kind of see that in the Kung Fu 3 level, because when the AI hits him, he automatically does that. It's like a scripted thing. He defends from the AI. But yeah, lots of swings, lots of flips.
Yeah, these Kung Fu levels have some really satisfying platforming in them. Not really a lot of, like, you know, skips per se, but a lot of ways to go fast and just, you know, really fluid movement.
Alright, this is the part where I don't want to swing down the pole because it's going to take too long, so I'm going to try and fall. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get off the pole without flinging yourself across the screen.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna let that cook because we have to kill him anyway, and I need hearts. Please give me hearts.
I love her little Chun-Li get up.
It's very reminiscent of Chun-Li.
Now, I've been in this situation before, where I'm at 1 heart, and I charge towards the end of the level, and I miss the kick on this guy, and I just die. So that was awkward, but luckily...
I remember that.
Luckily, it puts you right back at, like, the chase scene for this bit, so it's not like it puts you back too far, but I would still like to avoid that, and I did, so... Oh, this is sick music.
Alright, he's back again. 3rd time's a charm.
But this time he has orbs. The orbs are back.
Orbs?
Orbs. I miss having the GDQ audience behind me yelling orbs. I just miss GDQ as a whole. It was such a fun week.
Always is.
Alright. But yeah, so we need to accumulate 30 sparkle gems before the final boss fight. And that shouldn't be too bad.
I'm pretty sure you're already there.
We're at 7.
Oh, we need 30 additional. Right.
Yeah.
I forgot, because earlier it said 27. I was like, that was a while ago. We must be at 30. And no, you spent 25 of them.
Yeah, the economy took them away. That's the Peach economy.
We have a lot of levels until the final boss, though, so it's not really a concern.
Yeah, but there's less sparkle gems in these levels.
True.
Which is what makes it interesting. And we're not going for a lot of them, so... But most of them do just hand them to you. Alright, we got Mighty Peach number 2. Oh yeah, I remember what the power-up is in this now. It's gonna be really exciting to get to the end of this level.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like the 2 and 3s kind of like merge in my head, and I kind of forget which one's which. Alright, another auto-scroller. Look at the spaceships, they're on strings.
That's
This
how
is
they
another-
actually work in space in real life.
But yeah, this is another one of those auto-scrollers, but hit things as fast as possible. But in this situation, there's going to be a Mr. Monopoly, like, right in our line of, like, sight, which we don't want to hit. It's going to be really hard to avoid him, but we don't want to save him because then we'll get like a mini cutscene at the end of the level being like, hey, you got an outfit, and we don't do that.
City, look away.
No, it's fine. Only for the 80%.
I don't know how he's surviving in space anyway, because he's like hanging on the outside of a spaceship. Like, I feel like he's not in a good position either way, so... Because, like, when you save him, he just floats off into the abyss of space, so...
But he's happy!
But he's happy, that's true. Mr. Monopoly alien confirmed. At least these guys have helmets. I don't know if he has a space helmet or not. I don't know if they were smart enough to do that. I think he's about to show up soon. Because he's like right in between, like where we need to. Yeah, there he is.
No,
No,
he
he
doesn't
doesn't
have a helmet. He's just he's just out in space.
Yeah, like all of the other thieves are prepared for space, but he is not.
I just think it's so funny how it's faster to save everybody except him.
Yeah. The thing is, you have to save him in order to get the sparkle gem, which I think is really annoying. Because he's counted for some reason as one of the thieves that need to be saved, when, like, in literally every other level, like, you don't need to save him. Yeah, this is very similar to the first level. So the difference here is, instead of being in, like, the Feet territory, we're actually going to, like, the aliens planet. So, like, I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of mean to invade their planet and just beat them up, but I guess they did it first.
Yeah, they started it.
They started it. Alright, let's search the surface. I think they might have kidnapped some guys. I think that might actually be the lore, is that we needed to come to this planet because they kidnapped some of our little guys. Also, look at this. They are not doing any damage. They do not help at all. They got literal lightsabers. Oops, I didn't
They look
mean to do that.
exactly like the beam sword from Smash Bros.
So, in reality there, I shouldn't have picked up the van yet. I needed to throw it at the big group. But I wasn't paying attention to where I was. And I was just mashing the hit button. So with this, typically if you want to do a good job and get the Sparkle Gem, you would be throwing the little vehicles at the machine to protect the little theats. So what's going to happen in the background, you'll see them fall into the ground because we don't want to waste time picking up trucks. But they'll end up being okay and just teleport to this area. All we need to do is throw this main one. So there's one. And the other two, yeah, there they come. They were abducted, but they were saved. It's fine.
Close enough.
Alright, yeah, those are the kidnapped ones. They're like little scientists. You just gotta fight some dudes to get them free. I don't know why they're pulling out their swords. You guys, you're not gonna do anything.
They're doing their best.
They're trying.
Alright, and then... take down those guys. Yeah, see, this one only had 3 hits. It just, I don't know, half of them have more. Alright, so they're free. But with the power of all these scientists, I feel like something major is going to happen.
Oh my god. Who could have predicted?
Something big, I think, is about to happen.
You might be right.
It's got fists. But don't worry. We got a plan.
The danger of this situation is growing.
Oh. Alright, quit yapping. Let's do it. Big Peach! She's big! Look at the little tiny props. You'll see the little tiny spaceships on the side behind me. Like made out of cardboard. It's so cute.
She's huge!
We are Big Peach.
This is just my personal favorite part of the game. It's just so cool. You get to have like a huge Godzilla battle here.
Peach versus giant robot with fists. Boink. Did we get a star? Yay! They do the little dancey dance.
Yo, shout out to the Barbiethon Twitch account, which is in chat.
Ah, Barbiethon! I gave you guys a shout out earlier. Remember, August 10th and 11th on the Barbiethon Twitch channel. It's a 2-day event. I'll be on day 2, I think. And I'm running 2 games. Known GDQ runner and commentator Sharif will also be a host, I think. We also got a race planned, which is really exciting. 100% race, no less.
Let's go.
Alright, so this is Mermaid 2.
Mermaid 2. This one is... you only get 1 fish this time. We had to cut our budget on fish. There were too many last time, so now you only get 1 fish. And there's like... because it's all scripted, there's like certain places you need to have him be ready for attacks and stuff. Like attacks. Like he spins around. Yeah, you just have to put him in the right spot. Save time. So here's our one fish. He's gonna be our little buddy for the level. Until he's not. We'll abandon him later. So we don't need to save anybody. Just move. You
Yeah, they'll be
saw
fine.
Highlight there. That was the spotlight. That's like one of the hidden spotlights that we're just gonna skip over. So our main thing here is that we are following that pirate ship. Because, you know, pirate ships typically are under the water. And we need to save the people that are on board. There's like fellow mermaids on board. And they're chucking rocks at us, so we have to avoid the rocks. If this was death abuse, we would just be running into those rocks the whole time, and that would be the level. But we need to finish this level. So eventually a couple of the sours are going to come out, and we'll have to fight them for a little bit. But right now, we're just in this auto-scroller until we can interact. Going as fast as I can with my little fishy. My little fish bro. The pirate ship does look really cool. So we're just gonna be under here until...
He's not letting you in.
Let me in! Usually I have better
He was
RNG
being
than
really
that.
mean there.
Yeah, the hitboxes of the rocks are like really big. But this one's really easy. You just go into this bottom corner, and instead of having a circle, the guy's just gonna line them up so that I can sneak right in here. And then we'll have... Yeah,
Sorry,
and then
that's
we're gonna
a nice
have...
little cycle skip there.
It is. And then we're gonna have one that spawns like around here, and you can get right into that. It's just annoying because then the other one takes on the extra rocks, and then... Yeah, but we were able to get through there, so it's fine. I do like the way the ship looks. It's really cool. And then it's gonna come towards us. Come to me. Ship. And then we're gonna go on board. And I think the fish stays. Yeah, he doesn't come with us. And so, little puzzle here. We need to free the eel. And then the eel is gonna free everyone else. I have had it soft lock there as well, weirdly enough. But again, only happened once. Where what happened was, like, the eel wouldn't move forward. Like, there was, like, an invisible wall in between, like, the cage and the eel, and so it wouldn't break through. It was so weird.
I don't remember that one.
I think it was either me playing casually or when I was practicing. Because then it made me feel like, did I not do this puzzle correctly? So I think it was like my first time playing, because I felt like I did the puzzle wrong. And then I had to look it up, and I was like, no, that was right. The game just didn't work. Okay, we get to do another little singy song. Where's all my Clone Hero peeps at? Peach and Clone Hero win?
I mean, this is basically the same thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Clone Hero.
Yeah, we love the Clone Hero community.
If you have a plastic guitar, come join us.
Was Mario in Super Princess Peach? Because I know Mario's not in this game. I feel like we were trying to save Mario in Super Princess Peach.
I believe that is the plot of that game. I don't really remember.
Very much.
I can't say that game was super memorable.
I mean, all I remember was like the mechanic of the emotions and the umbrella, and that's about it. Also, sorry if the way I say umbrella offends anyone. Python teases me about it. Apparently I put too much emphasis on the
You do. It's an umbrella.
Yeah, it's an umbrella. I blame the Rihanna song, because that's how it's said in that song.
She says insurance like that too. So I always ask her if she
yeah.
has an umbrella policy.
Insurance. Yeah.
Alright, so now we're entering Skate 2.
Yeah, the other RNG level. But yeah, the first part, the parade part, is scripted. But then just like in Skate 1, when we do the boss fight, it'll be the same thing where the skaters are all going to be dispersed and we have to get them before Mr. Skate Guy does. I wish the enemies also had names. Like, I don't even know if it's canon that the little evil guys are called Sours. I would assume so, because it's Madame Grape and these
But you don't know that? I've just been following your lead.
I think I read dialogue either in-game or in like a review that they were called Sours, but I can't remember now where I got that from. I feel like it came to me in a dream at this point. It's been so long since I've played this game. I mean, since I started playing this game, it's like everything just blends together. Whoops.
Well, they boop you really far away.
They do. The thing is, I don't think when they twirl, they deal damage. They just send you flying. Yeah, that took longer than I wanted, but that's okay. There is a way where if you can get in between enemies, you can get both at once. So the main goal here is we need to fill up the bar in the back by doing moves. As you can see, it keeps getting bigger and bigger, but the Sours are going to show up, and the longer they stay on screen, the more they're going to taint the lights in the background, and if they completely wipe it, then you lose the level. So we actually have to be paying attention to our status back there. Like, they can't stick around.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea that's how this level worked, because I've never seen you or anyone lose it.
Yeah. I actually have lost it once, because I was like, what happens if I just don't bother with them? And I lost, and I had to restart the parade. I didn't realize that they were affecting the lights in the background. Alright, and then... in order to get all sparkle gems here, I think you also have to hit, like, all of the little twirls. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's scared. You're just gonna leave him hanging. Literally.
Yep.
We always leave him.
Literally. He'll be fine, probably.
At least he's not in space this time. I mean, there could be worse places if he left. Apparently I missed one. Don't know which one it was. Oh, I think I do, actually. I think it was right before I did the jump for the star.
Alright, it's time for the finale, so surely nothing could go wrong here, right? Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's purple!
Oh no! It's him!
I just love listening to his dialogue.
He's so funny.
Let's teach him a lesson. Yeah, by ice skating around him. So dangerous.
We're gonna teach him such a lesson when we draw a circle around him later.
He needs to learn his shapes. That's the lesson.
Alright, fingers crossed for some good RNG here again. He's got some buddies guarding him this time. And they're a little all over the place, but they're kind of grouped up. I think we can do okay here. We got two, so he's gonna grab those two probably. No worries, that's a pretty good first cycle.
I think the more girls I have in my party, the slower I am, which also makes this hard. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
I accidentally twirled me out of the way.
No
What
worries,
jerk.
let's wait for him to spin again.
Yeah, it's just another cycle, unfortunately. There we go.
A little bit harder to get in on him this time because he's got
Okay,
those guys
they're
being
right next to
bumpers.
each other.
Perfect. Should be no problem here.
really good.
Nice 2-cycle. All right, double 2-cycle. That's pretty good, especially for, you know, a marathonish run.
Yeah. Thank you for not embarrassing me, Mr. Skater Man.
But man, in PB attempts, he is mean. I've seen the 3-cycle, the 4-cycle even. Awful.
Yeah, if you get bad disbursements, it's not good.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
And I think that was the last level on the 5th floor, so now we get to head to the basement. The mysterious basement.
So we have 9 levels to do in the basement. There are 10, but we were forced to do one earlier. We did Sword 3.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be running through a kind of shorter level for each of the costumes in the game. There are 10 total.
Yeah, the cutscene there's funny, because we're like, okay, where's the door? And then nothing happens, and they're like, oh, okay.
Anyway, the elevator's back in service.
Yeah. Thank God. They need to have accessibility in this theater. Alright, so we're going to start off here with the Dashing Thief number 3.
So again, paging glitch hunters. There is stuff in this level that has been found, but it hasn't been made useful yet.
Yeah, there's like an insane jump you can do, but I think it like sends you out of bounds, but like not in a useful way.
Yeah, so you can kind of this room or this level's kind of divided into rooms that you can. There's ways you can kind of jump past the walls in strange ways, but so far there hasn't been a use for it. This is probably where I would say the most potential is for some glitchy shenanigans is this level.
I think this just looks really neat. He's just trapped in a laser orb. Alright, these levels are pretty straightforward. You just zip along, hit buttons, go through doors. Don't be like me and go left, because that can be kind of misleading when you're playing for the first time. I did that wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment like, "Oh, we have this really difficult puzzle here," but now I can't.
It's not difficult. I just pressed the wrong button. I'm worse than PB. PB knows how to press button. I don't even know how to press button. That run was also like one of my highlights of GDQ. The baseball.
Very fun time.
It was so good.
So this level is just a little bit of basic platforming. The grapple points get you from point to point. There's some cycles here that we want to catch, but overall it's not too tight.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep, really nice. So in this level, you have to go through all 4 of the kind of quadrants of this section to release all 4 locks on the Thief Sparklet here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those lasers where you can't just, like, damage through. Like, you would just bounce off and not make it through. Which is really annoying.
Unlike some of the lasers we're going to be seeing very shortly here, which you can completely disregard.
Yeah, it's like half of them. I think it's in the next room.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, so in this room there's a lot of lasers here. We're just gonna walk through them. No big deal. We don't mind taking a little bit of damage. Yep, whatever. These are puzzles. They have solutions, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna do that though.
Easy peasy.
Now, how come he can't do that with these lasers?
Skill issue?
He's only got 1 health.
Clearly.
He's so small. He can only have 1 health. He only has 1 heart, but it's really big. Because he's so sweet. He doesn't even use the grapples.
He just jumps.
He like turns into a gymnast. Alright, for a speedrunner, this is also like the worst part. So like, again, we can't go through these lasers. We have to wait for him. And then, luckily, we have control this time. But then, we have this part. And then we're gonna switch it up.
Uh-oh, how the turns have tabled.
Yeah. And then this one, we have to press at the same time with the AI. Can't just run through the lasers. It's very unfortunate.
Again, really good voice acting on this guy.
Now, at that part, it is possible, if you get it, like, frame perfect, to not have to wait for the lasers to go out of the way, but it's really hard. Like, I've talked with, like, the top runner of this game about it, and it's even challenging for him, so I don't even bother trying it. Because it's not worth dying and starting over. Now we're just gonna fall. And glide! What's also really nice is if you get every sparkle gem in a level, you actually get like a little picture of like the like scenic part of the level. So like that part where we were gliding and she's winking, like if we got all the sparkle gems in this level, we have like a little photo album in the settings and you get to see the picture. And that's the same for all the levels. And that's how you prove that you completed 100% sparkle gems, is that you go through the photo album to prove that you have all the photos.
I want to say that's probably one of the longer basement levels. This and like Baker,
Baker
are probably
is
the
the
longest.
Baker is probably
3
close.
is so long.
Yeah, it's probably close to a 10-minute level.
Showtime.
I think Mermaid 3 is the shortest. This is Mighty 3, which is fun. I like the basement levels because of like all like the corrupted stuff. Everything's falling apart. It looks really cool.
Yeah, visually these levels are very cool to look at.
This is another auto-scroller. We just have to make sure that our little spacecraft doesn't fall apart. They're going to be throwing meteors at us, so we have to make sure we survive until we reach the other side. Oops. I just like to run in circles because I go crazy. Oh no, they captured the professor.
But he's the source of all of our powers.
Yeah, it's not good for us. time to crush your ride. I think not. Oh, there he is again.
I'm just gonna leave him. He's
Goodbye.
doomed.
He looks pretty doomed to me.
Yeah. The way that we were supposed to do that, if we wanted to save him, is throw the meteors at the aliens, and then he'd be saved, but he's still trapped on like a hunk of junk, you know, in the middle of the falling sky, so he was doomed either way.
Do we ever truly save him? I think
mean,
he's
he
always
starts
doomed.
dancing.
That's true.
Yeah.
He can go out dancing at least.
Now this is a timing thing. I want to keep him over on this side.
Oh. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a time loss there. Not a huge deal.
No.
But there's, yeah, you can keep him on the right and prevent him from doing that big jump.
Yeah, because we're heading towards the right anyway, so we want to keep him over in this section. Usually I time it really well where I hit him on the right, and then while he's moving left, I can turn around and hit him, but I think I hit too early while he was still in his recovery phase. So then I wasn't able to recover my phase. Yeah, with this, we need to take down all the aliens and meteors as fast as possible while he is unlocking the machine. So getting double things like that is really good, because that means he can do his job faster, because every phase is he's waiting on me. At first I thought it'd be faster to just let the aliens attack him, because you do get like a sparkle gem cutscene, but I think it's faster to just
It definitely is. They take forever to walk over to him, and you just stand there, and they really think about punching the professor, like...
Yeah, that
the little
was
sparkle
really
gem cutscene at the end is much faster than trying to avoid it.
Yeah, this is that. I just like how fast the explosion happens. From like, yay, we got a sparkle gem. Boink. Like... Alright. And then we'll go to another auto-scroller in the sky. But this time we have a friend. Look how angry he is. His nose is red.
I gotta say, he doesn't pull off the costume quite as well as Peach does.
I agree. Peach definitely looks way better.
He looks a little goofy.
Yeah, it looks like when a kid dresses up as a superhero for Halloween.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's
It's like he's cosplaying Peach.
Yeah.
When in reality, Peach is cosplaying him.
Yep.
You think about it.
That is what Peach is doing. She is cosplaying the sparklers. Alright, look at this. We throw him. He is our weapon. We throw him into meteors and flying debris. Alright, we good?
How's your sparkle gem count, by the way?
Oh, we'll see at the end of the level. I should be fine, though.
I'm sure.
Like I
Just
said,
wanna
in
make
my,
sure, you know.
my practice run, I had +9. So I got 3 from there. I'm gonna get 4 from Mermaid 2. Mermaid 3, I mean. Oh yeah, I'm at 22.
We're gonna be so far over.
Yeah. And we're not even trying. All sparkle gems is so stressful because you have to like perfect like everything. Like I missed a meteor there, so I didn't get the sparkle gem. Like if that happened to me in all sparkle gems, like the run is over and it's almost done, so it would really hurt.
Yeah, that run is very stressful.
All right, time for mermaid.
Let's go.
Also, someone figured out that the load time from like entering the room, like the door opening, sometimes takes longer depending on where you stand. And it's really annoying because sometimes it can take up to 30 seconds to go into a room if you just happen to be standing in the wrong position. And I think it just happened to me there in Mermaid, where I was standing at a bad spot and it took a really long time for the door to open. So this is what Python was talking about earlier. This section that's coming up, you can physically get in a 1 cycle, but I am not going to, because like it's really, really tight on timing. There's a really cool guide that was posted. Like I said, it's on the guides section of the speedrun.com page. Totally recommend checking it out, but it's really, really hard. Oh, yeah, Mr. Monopoly's in that shell. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Oh.
Killer Dragon is in the chat. He said, "Yo, 1 cycle real."
I'm sorry, Killer Dragon. You are the best at it, and I cannot compete. I will try someday, but not today, because I tried it earlier in practice, and I just cannot do it. I think one day I tried it, like, over 20 times in a row, and I never got it once. But in reality, you're supposed to, like, just slightly tap the first shell to slow it down so that all of the shells are like all in one place. Quickly unlock all of them with the fish, but you only have like, I don't even know, like a few seconds to do all of that, and it's just really hard. Because once it goes off the screen, then you have to wait for it to loop back around again. And you're slowing it down already by tapping the first shell to slow it down, so it's like, it wastes time if you don't get it. So it's better to just not try if you can't do it successfully. We get a pink turtle. Look at these turtles. They're all decked out in like decorations and stuff. They're so cute. I love the pink pearls. We got the crystal fish. We get to sing away tornadoes. What more could you want in a video game? It is kind of annoying. I don't think the turtles are bouncing on beat.
Why would you say that? Now I have to know.
Alright.
Why would you burden me with knowledge?
It just seems off. I have actually lost this once. I don't know how it was possible, but I did.
I actually distinctly remember what you're talking about, and I did not understand why you lost if you did everything correctly.
Yeah, if like too many fish break through your singing aura, that's how you lose. But like, I felt like I was hitting them. Like, it was weird.
I'm just chalking that one up to like a cosmic ray or something and moving on.
It was the
Hasn't
aliens.
happened since.
Alright, we're at 25.
Very much.
The magic number is 30. Ah. All right.
So
I don't
that's
know how she's swimming. on
That's
air.
what, 4 out of 10 basement stages?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's swimming in the air. I don't like it.
It is a little unnerving. I don't know why, it just is.
Kung Fu time!
Showtime.
Yeah, I believe this is the longest split in the run, typically.
Mm,
Takes about an hour to get through basement and final boss.
yes. All of the main floors are about 25 to 30 minutes, and then the basement is close to an hour to complete in their entirety. And then the final, that doesn't even include the final boss, which is about 6 minutes.
I don't know, do you think Sparkla's over there with those clouds and those weird purple, like, sigils coming out of it?
Beats me. So I have
another
to...
Kung Fu level. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying how I have to beat all these guys in order to progress. I remember
I'm really surprised you didn't fall.
Me too. I'm just that good. I don't know how... Okay, I guess I just aimed wrong. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Valid.
Nothing that important, apparently.
There we go.
Nice clean section there.
That was pretty good. Could have been better. This one is just orb time. It's like... Well, I guess it's not fully orbs. It's partial orb time. He gets to duplicate himself with this new power, apparently. Yeah, now there's 3 of them. I have gotten soft locked here, too. Like, I accidentally, like, pointed in a direction when the game, like, was trying to force me into a different one, and it just had the orbs hit me, and I had no control over the character. Because you can see it's, like, flipping me back and forth, and I was pointing in a direction while it was in the middle of that animation, and the game just got confused. Orb.
This guy must be a big fan of GDQ. So in case there weren't enough genres in this game, how about fighting game?
Ah, heck yeah.
Just add on to the list of genres that this game dips its toes into.
I mean, technically Peach is already in multiple fighting games.
That's true.
Orbs.
I do now want a Mario traditional fighter. I feel like that would be really, really funny.
Oh, like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, like this kind of 2D fighting.
That would be really cool. Come on, Nintendo, get on it.
And now that's finally the end of that guy. We'll surely never see him again. Oh, what's that?
I love how creepy this is with like the strings and pulling him up. It's like one of my favorite animations in the whole game. So yeah, that was him defending. And he just breaks to pieces. One of the more morbid deaths in this game.
Yeah. I mean, we fought him like 6 times or something. He wasn't taking the hint.
No.
Would now be a good time for the last break of the run?
Sure.
Perfect.
We'll just get through this cutscene.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
You just gotta say his piece. All right, and now we're good.
Perfect. Yeah, so during these longer runs, we like to take breaks every hour or so everybody get up, stretch, get some water, anything they need to do. We will be back in a few minutes with the rest of this run. So we'll see you all in just a few minutes, everyone. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. We are in the middle of a Princess Peach Showtime run. We're actually nearing the final little bit of the game here, so whenever y'all are ready, if you want to just give a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown.
We're going to get back to this in 3, 2, 1. And this is going to be the third and final detective level. Again, for those who want to play casually, I recommend looking away. Turn away your gaze. But
yeah, again, these levels are really not replayable once you know the solutions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very scripted. But at least this one goes by a bit faster than the other detective level. There's not a lot of puzzles to do. So we have to talk to this guy because invisible wall to get through the door. And then we're gonna get a puzzle here where a note is gonna fly through the door, and it's basically gonna be from the detective Sparkla saying in order to get through the door you need to find the artifacts that have something in common and then do them in order. And so we're gonna do that. So starting off here with 1. It's gotta hold. And then it'll glow. And then...
By the way, that bird in the glass case right there, that is the suspicious bird. He's very suspicious, and if you watch an any % run that allows death abuse, we will be accusing that bird 16 times.
Yep.
17th time is the charm.
Of course.
That's when people will understand.
This is 2. Just pink crystal. It's a crystal. Nothing more. I think that's from the labyrinth. I have to watch that. I like David Bowie. This one is like a puzzle where we have to get them all facing forward, and that's where we will get the third one. He's not happy. When you walk past the little guy, he's like, "What did you do?" I like how all the artifacts are like based in real life, but all have like the feet name shoved somewhere in them. And then we just have the fourth one, which is back in the main room. Right here. The Pota. And then the door is gonna open.
Now, for anyone who was here earlier in the stream, you remember during Detective 2, there was a cutscene that I said, remember, there's going to be a test later. Test is coming up here, okay?
So, oh my gosh, it's Junior Detective. How did he get here? Strange. So, yeah, we are now in a room with various detective Sparklas, and we have to figure out which one is the real one. You would typically investigate them, but we know that it's this one. Just slide there. It's really funny. Right, and then we leave. And then this is another one of those levels that I wish I could just go to the solution immediately because I know what it is. So here we're going to be trapped in a room and we're like, okay, well, I guess we can't get out. Let's go back. But oh no, it's the same exact room. But there is something that's different. And so if you were playing this casually, what he's going to do is take a picture and you can basically just play spot the difference. But I already know what the difference is, but even if you investigate it in the other room, it won't unlock the next scene. So you have to investigate both rooms. And you have to wait for him to take the picture, hang the picture up. I wish this was like the 3DS where he could take a picture of you. That would be funny. Yeah, this was the only thing that wasn't in the other room. So we just point at it, and then that reveals our exit. So let's make our way to the exit. I mean, we're almost out of here. Nothing can go wrong, right?
Surely.
Oh,
Who's that?
Junior.
Oh, hey, it's Junior. What's he doing here?
I wonder when we got here before us. So he says the exit is that way, but it doesn't look very safe. So the detective, he's gonna ask him a few questions. He likes
purple would be nice. He likes purple. Interesting.
He doesn't like getting to places early, and he refers to Madame Grape as her full legal name. So
That's kind of interesting.
that's
Why don't we ask him a few questions ourselves?
he was a sour the whole time. See,
Now-
I think, yeah, you.
No, you first, please, by all means.
Yeah, I genuinely think it would be interesting if he was like in disguise from the beginning when we met him in Detective 1. And
So
June wasn't real.
my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory is that he was the entire time. He was sour. He was always undercover. And my proof of that is the bomb cutscene at the end of Detective 2, where he grabs the bomb, Junior, and he goes to throw it, and he trips and falls, and Peach has to catch the bomb mid-air and then throw it off the clock tower. He was doing it on purpose.
I also think it's kind of sus because when we meet him in Detective 1, he's hiding behind a billboard until Peach approaches, and then that's when he starts to be like interactive. Like he was waiting for us the whole time.
He was a plant. All along, he was a plant.
I think he's a plant. Alright, so that's like a little thing that Stella says that once you reach 100 sparkle gems, she's like, oh, you unlocked a special dress at the shop. And I only just realized recently that that happens when you reach exactly 100 sparkle gems. Because for a while I was like, it seems pretty random when she says it, until I started doing the all sparkle gem run. And it was coming up consistently. So we just reached our 30th sparkle gem, so we're safe for like the rest of the game. We could go the whole rest of the game without getting another sparkle gem, but we're kind of going to be forced into it, so it's not a big deal.
That kind of goes to show how loose the sparkle gem routing is in this category. You didn't really go for any that lost time. You really only took the ones that were kind of handed to you by the game and were still significantly over.
Yeah.
That's not the case for other categories, like any percent, where you have to pick up very specific sparkle gems and you to have the exact number that you need. But since we do all the levels here, we don't skip anything, it's pretty easy to just pick up the ones as you go.
Yep. Got my horse. Is this the Old Town Road, do you think?
The Old Town Road?
It's the Old Town Road.
Could be.
Auto scroller. They love doing that for the cowgirl.
It definitely works well with the horse, though.
It does, but it makes us go as fast as a train, or the train has to go as slow as the horse, which I think is really funny. This is when our cowgirl Sparkla asks us on a date to get milk, and I ship it. Let's find a way out of here. I'll treat you to a glass of milk when we get back.
Now that's a hell of a pickup line.
Take notes, guys. I think it's interesting that the Cowgirl Peach model is constantly swinging the lasso. Like, she's never at rest. Her wrist muscles must be going crazy. Again, weird invisible wall. Then we're back to auto-scrolling until the end of the level. Oh, why not? Yeah, you just can't be on the back ones, because then they're gonna disappear. But even if you were standing on them, it would just throw you to this front one. I don't think you actually have any consequences.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, this game doesn't have a ton of consequences. Whoops.
You can kind of just coast your way through most of the levels. You can also like fall in the pit there like that, which is really cool. Just like that too.
What just happened?
I had to say it.
Why did you say that?
It's like right when you said it too.
It was right when it's... You dodged.
You put that in the
pit,
universe.
And I was like,
well, somehow
right, I shouldn't have spoken it into existence.
It teleported me forward, so it's not a bad trade-off, because it's only worse if it teleports me backwards. Yeah, train is sideways now. I hope you guys like sideways train.
Did they just Yoshi the horse? No, the horse was right there. Fine.
The horse never leaves us.
The horse is the most consistent thing in this game. It's always there for you when you need it.
Alright. After this, we'll be going into our last three basement levels, which is really nice. So, this doesn't save time or anything, because this is just, again, like, just auto-scrolling. It will end whenever we reach the end. But in order to get a Sparkle Gem here, you need to not have any of the little pieces break off. I just thought it would be cool to show you that, because I did not realize that's how you got the Sparkle Gem there, and it took me forever to find it when I was playing casually.
So now you guys know.
Just a little tutorial.
Do you still get the slowdown effect if you don't get the Sparkle Gem there?
Thank you.
Yes, you slow down either way, so it doesn't... yeah, doesn't matter. Might as well get it, if you have to slow down anyway. They slow down for dramatic effect. Instead of the Sparkle Gem animation, it'll instead just play the animation of putting an X on the Sparkle Gem while it slows down. Ah, thank you. Alright, last
Time to get that glass of milk.
Yeah, give me that milk. This is Ninja 3, and this will be doing the Python skip.
The Python skip!
Yeah, because like I said, most people, you'll see what I mean when we approach the main path, is like, you can either go right or left, and I had been going left because of Python's advice, and it based on my timing, it's faster. Just 5 seconds though. It's in a 3.5-hour run. It's up to you.
It does add up over time. Alright, so
Oh.
we're going left here. Through there, and then... So you could go around the right here and jump over, but instead we're going to go up on this left platform and hop over the wall and take this guy from behind.
Yeah, like, the thing is, what's dangerous about coming from the right is that there is another guard there, and if he catches you, then you just get moved back, which is really annoying. So coming from the left, his spotlight isn't far enough to reach you, so you're able to hit the guard from behind instead of from the right side. And so I just feel like it's more consistent and safe, and apparently it's also faster. So
Where did he go?
I think it's because there's like one less jump that you have to do.
So yeah, in similar fashion to the other levels, this level you can do the ninja dash canceling as well. I think that's what it's called. I don't really have a better name for it.
I'm gonna try and do it here, because you have to outrun spikes.
Yeah, if you don't do it perfectly in that room, the spikes will catch up to you,
Aw,
and you will
man.
die and have to reset that room.
Oh, that puts me back all the way back.
Oh, that's rough. See, that's what happens when you get caught in these levels. You cannot take damage, but you can get set back pretty far.
And then fun tip here is that a bunch of ones are going to spawn around us. You only need to hit the 2 on the right in order for the gate to open. Fun fact. And then the rest of this level is another auto-scroller. And cutscenes, of course, because what's a level without cutscenes?
Now this one I don't think you can do the dash tag, right?
You can. It's just a lot of people die trying to do it in the beginning. I've seen a lot of people like overshoot it and just fall into the pit. So you can do it, you just have to be careful when you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of space to actually get your dash cancels off here, because you're constantly going to be jumping around all the falling platforms and stuff. You can't go too fast on these, because if you jump off them too quickly, they don't raise up high enough, and
Right,
you don't
and you just
make the
fall.
jump.
Yeah, this is all, like, it's moving for me, not doing anything right now. We're just gonna have to attack when it tells me to. I like how even when the game is running for me, it moved me back because it was going too fast. It's like, I wasn't even doing anything. The game can't even do its own calculation right.
It's done.
Alright, so we got 2 more left. We got skating and we got baking. And like Python said earlier, baking is the longest basement level. It's like 10 minutes because there is a lot of dialogue.
Well,
But
we
it's
have to
worth
get
it.
the real deep Baker lore.
Yeah, the baker enemy is like really funny as well. He's another one of my favorite bosses. So we end with 2 really good bosses here, and then the final boss. Which I think will be everyone's first time seeing Madame Grape, because we've skipped all of her cutscenes. I don't even know if
True.
the audience knows
true.
what she looks like.
You're supposed to see this boss like every cutscene that a boss
Yeah.
is introduced in. She's there and she like sticks the boss on you.
Yeah.
But we skipped all that, so
She's a big purple lady with a mask. That's the vibe.
yeah, that's about it. That's all you need to know.
Divine.
Alright, so this one does not have RNG in it. Yay. It's mainly just doing the skating moves as like a platformer.
Yeah, thankfully they were like, all right, we're gonna do something different with this guy for Skater 3. We're not gonna subject you to the RNG anymore.
Ooh,
There he is.
there he is. Hello. Alright, he has to do 3 spins before he gets dizzy. And he does the same little thing, but this time instead of rescuing the ice skating girls, we just do some moves. And we are clearing out the gems from the cage that the Sparkla is trapped in with every move that we do. But you have to do them really quickly because you are on a timer. They will start to flicker out, as you can see there. So he's going to try and come at you so that it slows you down, but we did not let him. And then, again, we have to teach him his shapes. This is a circle. Your grace has touched my soul. What a great departing line. Her lashes are like 7 feet long. So good. Alright, and then we'll get the banger music back as well. Yeah, while the world is falling apart around us.
Just jamming out.
Rat jam. Oops. Yeah, don't do what I do.
That.
Don't do that. Because if you are twirling too soon before a jump, she won't make it to the jump in time, and you need her as well, so you will just fall off the cliff, which I have done.
Too many times. More times than you should admit.
Yep. You don't want these guys, because that'll actually do like a slowdown scene.
It is very funny when it happens, though, because Peach kind of just sails past the Sparkla, just falls into the abyss.
Yeah.
And she's waiting up there like, alright, I'm ready now.
Yeah, it's like, I got into position. Where you at, girl? Alright, time to do some baking.
Thank you so much.
I think I'm gonna end up with plus 10 on this run.
Time for Baker 3. This level is something.
Yeah, just like Baker 2, we cannot skip out on frosting or anything like that, so we have to... Oh, look how long that was. I guess the game didn't like the way I was standing. But yeah, so we have to ice the cakes completely in this level, and then there is a little bit of like RNG with the AI for the cookie baking, which can be a little annoying.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little closer to when we get to it. But essentially, we're going to be relying a lot on the Sparkle AI to not waste a ton of time.
Yeah, because just like when you bake with the other Theats, like she is there to assist you to make more cookies, but the enemy, the baker in the background, he is there to prevent us from making cookies, and he will sit on us. So what the AI is trying to do is figure out the best bowl to be at so that you won't get sat on, but it takes a long time to think about it, and it wastes a lot of time just waiting around for the Sparklet to make up her mind. But in this case, not only are we icing the cake fully, but we have to do it fast because we're racing against the evil Sparkla here.
You can see in the top left there, the blue side of the cake is the progress bar for MenaceMandz, and then the pink one is the progress bar for the evil Sparkla.
Good enough. You can over-ice your cake. It doesn't have to be exact to the picture. You just have to make sure that the decorations pop up. So I could, like, scribble all over it if I wanted to. As long as the pictures show up, then it's fine.
Yeah, you can just, like, sign your name.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's close enough. It'll autofill. I love autocorrect and autofill. I don't know what I'd do without it. Got eyeballs. And then we get the little dude, little hat. And then
It's a
that's the
very
last
cute
layer.
cake.
It is such a cute
It's a
cake.
beautiful cake.
I want to make this cake. But I don't know how they get the nose to stay put. It's like gravity-defying nose cake.
Yeah, I think if you were to actually try to make this cake, it would just fall off. I don't know what you could possibly do.
Maybe like
I
a
mean,
cake pop.
You could do a cake
Sort of
pop,
thing.
Maybe.
or yeah, like just put a stick through it, like to balance it out in some way.
I still feel like it's so big. It would just be really heavy.
It's very rotund. I've always liked Mario / Nintendo like strawberry like design. They're always so shiny and smooth.
I wish strawberries were real.
I do too. So now we're gonna move on to the cookie portion. She gives us so many hearts, and I have no idea why, because you never take damage in baking levels, so I don't know why the game gives you 3 hearts. It's very excessive. So basically the goal is that we need to bake more cookies than the evil baker. And yeah, it's a race again, just like the last one, but this time with cookies. There he is, look at him. He likes to jiggle his belly. I like that they put in jiggle animations for the stomach. It's like a ghost stomach. It's not there.
Yeah, like, how does he eat? How does he digest?
He's just an orb in a chef's costume.
No, don't start that.
What do
You
you
can't
mean?
combine memes like that. It's too powerful.
Yes, chef orb. Orb chef. Yay!
Yay!
Her little yays
Hooray!
are so cute.
So whenever you cook with the sparkler, Peach goes, yay!
But yeah, you can see she's like panicking in the background there because she doesn't know which bowl to go
Yeah.
toward.
So her AI is dependent on what the evil chef is doing. If
Yeah.
he's like stomping, she will try to avoid places where she's going to get stomped. And she can kind of just pace around for a while. And sometimes her AI will just kind of break, and she just does this for a while. So it's faster to just bake without her.
Yeah, look, she took so long. And I was able to make a set of rainbow cookies.
You want to bake
course.
with her when possible. You get so many cookies when you do. Yay!
Yay!
But if she's not cooperating, then you just have to do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I don't know why she picked there. AI.
Yeah. see, the AI just breaks sometimes.
Getting
It just-
crushed.
It doesn't know what to do.
She takes forever to find a place to cook, and then she gets sat on. Like, yay!
Yay! So yeah, she could be a little. This split depends a lot on how nice the Sparkler plays.
Yeah. It's like, who are we actually battling against here? The evil chef or the sparkler? Alright, and then the last thing here is that he's like, you can bake fast, but it doesn't mean they taste good. And we're like, well, watch this. And we end up making him the best cookie of all time. And this is another one of those freebies. And look, he's going to enjoy this so much. He just disintegrates. The cookie was so good. He just disintegrates.
That was honestly me eating McDonald's after getting off the flight yesterday.
11 p.m. McDonald's after GDQ. So good. Alright, now we're going into the final boss battle. Yeah, we had plus 10. So that was a very successful Sparkle Gem get. And yeah, this boss battle is only like 6 minutes. So there's only about 6 minutes left in the run. Time will be when the final orb explodes. I will point it out. It'll be after like the laser section.
Yeah, so this is a 2-phase boss.
It is 2 phases, yes. So we have a cutscene where the door is going to form, and then... So yeah, the first phase, it's like we're fighting her on like a railroad track, and she has like all these little minions around her, and then the second phase is that we're just fighting her mask, and that boss fight is so cool looking.
It's really
Yeah,
cinematic.
There's like 5 cutscenes here just to prepare her for this boss fight, so you know it's intense. We basically become Rosalina. But yeah, Peach just becomes Rosalina. That's her final form apparently. But she has no legs, I don't think. I think, yeah, another cutscene. Alright, so this is phase 1 of 2. And this is what I like to call the button mashing phase. We just mash as much as possible. And her health bar is the feathers behind her. So every time one of those disappears, we're taking away her health. That's how you know how much she has left. So the challenge, like the post-game challenge for this, is pretty hard because one of the challenges is to not destroy any of her little minions in front of her, which, as you can see, I'm doing pretty frequently, so...
Yeah, they kind of just get in the way.
Yeah, I mean, I get that that's their job. They're defending her, but come on.
Killer Dragon in the chat says, "Wait, the feathers?"
Yeah,
top runner of this game, by the way.
The feathers behind her is her health bar. They're supposed to be like peacock feathers, kind of.
Yeah, they like disappear as she takes damage.
Killer Dragon.
It's funny the things you just like don't pick up on.
Here comes a train. It's the Polar Express.
Tom Hanks is driving.
Yeah.
And he's also every passenger. That's a weird movie.
Yeah, he's every character. But it's weirder because... Oh yeah, this is the last part of the first phase. It's weirder because that was back in 3D animation where they were like taking models of their face and putting them on the characters. So like all of the characters have like his face. Oh yeah, we're in a good spot. We have so much health. You just keep mashing.
Yeah, you can damage boost a lot of this fight to speed it up, which is really nice, especially if you're doing standard any percent, you have the heart charm, you get those extra hearts. This fight goes really fast.
Come on. We're so close, I can feel it. There we are.
There we go. All right, phase 1 down. So we're gonna do a few, Kamehameha shots.
Yep.
And she's gonna, quote unquote, die.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of cutscenes yet again.
And we're not gonna watch any of that, and...
It's very sad, though. Pretend that this is a sad, emotional moment. Yeah, look at her. She's sad. Alright, this is the final boss fight, and like I said, time will be once her final orb explodes. In the official rules, I think it's called a Darkle Orb. But yeah, we just have to...
if you look at the category rules, it says the time is when the Darkle explodes.
Yeah, so in this, instead of mashing A, we're holding down A to shoot like this laser beam into her mask. But like there's places you can just position yourself.
I don't believe that there's any randomness to this.
No, it's all the same.
It's always the same, so as long as you know where the hands are going to be, you can always work around them.
All boss fights are scripted. Oh, that was nice. I got it right before the next phase.
This boss gives me big Kirby vibes. Like, we all know where Kirby games always end up, and this is like that to me. That was my first impression of this.
So, this is the last phase already. This is a really quick boss fight.
Yeah, this is good. This whole run was really good.
Thank you. I just meant in general, like, this boss fight just goes by so fast. Yep, there he goes. And then we just have to do another couple Kamihas. Look how epic Peach looks. Even with no legs.
Yes, this is an amazing transformation. I love this one for her.
Time's gonna be coming up here soon. And
Time!
GG.
awesome run. Great job.
Yay.
Thank you! So yeah, now she just disintegrates into space. And, I mean, that's it. I mean, it just plays out and everyone's all happy and Peach gets to see the Toads again. They give her back her crown, but I'm gonna hold on to mine because I paid a lot of money for it.